A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Mutual presents The Mysterious Traveler.
This is The Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, that it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and be comfortable, if you can, as you hear the story I call Death Writes a Letter. My story begins last summer in the townhouse of Martin Drake, a well-known financier. Martin is deep in argument with his older brother, John, as his daughter, Susan, enters the room unnoticed.
John, how can you possibly believe in such things? Spiritualism, nonsense is a better word for it.
To a skeptic, everything is nonsense. But if you'd seen and heard what I have, you too would believe.
Hello, Father. Uncle John.
Hello, Susan.
Oh, I see you two are up to your old argument.
Well, your father's a very stubborn man, Susan.
Well, I may be stubborn, but I'm no fool. Imagine believing in spiritualism, telepathy, and all that Tommy rot.
I believe in spiritualism, Martin, and that the living can communicate with the dead. And nothing you can say will swerve me from my beliefs.
Uncle John, in all these years you've been studying spiritualism, have you ever been able to communicate with Aunt Judith?
No, Susan, I haven't. But there have been times late at night when I've all but broken through the barrier that separates us.
Oh, I give up. There's no use in arguing with a man who has an obsession.
Oh, that's fine, Father. Now the three of us can go into supper.
Oh, I'm sorry, Susan, but I can't stay for supper.
Oh, why not?
I have an appointment with an honorary critic.
A what?
An honorary critic, a man who's an interpreter of dreams.
John, good grief, don't tell me you believe in that, too.
Why not, Martin? For years, psychoanalysts have interpreted dreams in an effort to help their patients. The subconscious minds of the living and sometimes bridge the vast gap of death.
Now, John, I'm warning you, if you don't give up this obsession of yours, there's no telling how you'll end.
I know you think I'm cracked, that all the years I've spent studying spiritualism have been wasted, but you're wrong. The living and the dead can communicate with each other, and someday you'll realize I'm right. Now, I really must be going, or I'll be late.
Well, Uncle John, you will drive up to the country with Father this weekend, won't you?
Oh, are you opening the summer place?
Yes, I'm driving up tomorrow to open the house and engage some servants.
Well, I'll try my best to join your father this weekend.
Oh, that's fine.
Don't bother showing me the door. Good night.
Good night, Uncle John.
Good night. To think that anyone in this day and age still believes in spiritualism, particularly your Uncle John, it's incredible.
I don't know, Father. Uncle John seems so sure of himself that sometimes I feel he may be right.
Oh, Susan, that's nonsense.
But look, Father, if it's all nonsense, why should Uncle John believe in it? You yourself have often said he's the most brilliant man you know.
And he is. It's just that, well, we all have our eccentricities, and John's is spiritualism. Until his wife died 5 years ago, he was just as sane as you or I. No living person has ever communicated with the dead, and none ever will.
Father, are you awake? Father?
What? Oh, Susan, come in, dear, come in.
Oh, I'm sorry if I woke you, Father.
Oh, it's all right. What time is it?
It's just 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Well, what are you doing up and dressed so early?
I'm driving up to the country to open our summer place. Have you forgotten, Father?
Oh, yes, so you are.
Oh, didn't you sleep well last night, Father? There's circles under your eyes.
No, I spent a very poor night. I had a nightmare, but I can't seem to remember what it was about.
Oh, I'm sorry, Father. Johnny, is there anything I can get you?
No, I'll be all right. You run along.
Oh, I need the keys to the car.
Oh, yes, you'll find them over there on my desk. And if you need any money, help yourself.
Oh, thank you, Father, but I have enough money.
Have you found the keys?
Oh, yes, here they are. Oh, do you want me to mail this letter on your desk?
What letter?
Well, this one. It isn't addressed. All that's written on the envelope is one word. Urgent.
Urgent?
Yes, and it's in your handwriting, see?
Why, I never wrote that.
But, Father, it is your handwriting. And look, there are ink stains on your fingers. You must have written it before you went to bed.
But I tell you, I didn't. Let me see that letter. Yes, that's my handwriting, all right.
Oh, Father, I'm leaving now. I want to get there by noon.
What? Oh, yes. Goodbye, dear. Take care of yourself.
I will, darling. Bye.
Urgent. And it's my handwriting, all right. But for the life of me, I can't remember. Well, let's see. Dear Martin. What the devil? A letter in my own handwriting addressed to me. Dear Martin. No. No, this can't be. It can't. Martin, is anything wrong? I came as quickly as I could. You sounded so upset over the phone. Dr. Weil, I'm afraid my mind is giving way.
You, Martin? You're the last person in the world to become unbalanced.
Well, that's what I thought until I read this letter.
Letter?
Yes, and it's in my handwriting, so I must have written it.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
When I woke up an hour ago, this letter was on my desk. I could see it was my handwriting, and yet I don't remember having written it.
You don't remember having written it?
No, and yet I must have. There are still ink stains on my fingers.
Martin, none of this makes sense.
Yes, I know.
What's in the letter?
I'll read it to you. Dear Martin.
Wait a minute. You mean it's in your handwriting, but it's addressed to you?
Yes, but it's signed with the name of my brother John.
Signed by John. In your writing?
Exactly.
You better read me that letter. Maybe then I can understand it.
Dear Martin, this letter will undoubtedly give you quite a shock. But after you finish reading it,
I'm quite sure you'll understand why it was written. After I left Susan and you a few hours ago, I went to keep my appointment with the dream interpreter I'd spoken to you about. It was shortly before midnight that I returned to my home. As usual, I found Martha and Paul waiting up for me.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. John.
Paul, Martha, what are you doing up so late? I told you never to wait up for me after 10 o'clock.
Well, we worry about you. You know what the doctor said about your heart.
You should have been in bed an hour ago.
You both treat me as though I were a 6-year-old.
And sometimes you act like one. Well, I have a glass of warm milk for you in the pantry.
I don't want any milk.
It's good for you. Here, let me have your coat.
Oh, thank you, Paul. It feels good to be home, sitting in the chair before the fire.
Here's your warm milk, Mr. John, and I want you to drink it down without any arguments. After all, it's for your own good. Here, take... Mr. John? Mr. John?
Martha, what's wrong?
Oh, Mr. John.
Mr. John. Mr. John, answer me. He's dead.
Oh.
Now, please, Martha, please, you mustn't cry. The end came very quickly, peacefully. Now, there, Martha, there.
It came as quite a shock, Martin, hearing myself declared dead, but as I saw my earthly body sitting in the armchair by the fireplace, I knew it was true. John Drake was dead. I wanted to comfort Paul and Martha, make them understand that only the body of John Drake was dead, that the spirit would live forever. I wanted to tell them that I was indescribably happy, for I knew without knowing how that on the following day I should be reunited with my dear wife, Judith. Then my thoughts turned to you, Martin, and in one brief moment I saw your past, your present, and your future. Your future left me horrified, Martin, for in it I saw unhappiness and death. I felt that somehow I had to warn you of what the future held. I left the house I had died in and went to your home. The radio was playing. You were sitting in an easy chair reading a book, unaware of what the future held for you. Martin, you must listen to me. Martin, look up from that book you're reading. You must. But I couldn't reach you with my words. There was too great a distance between us. I stood by, helpless to aid you. A few minutes later, you yawned, closed the book, and turned off the radio. A half hour later, you were in bed and asleep. And then I suddenly had hope. I couldn't reach you while you were awake, Martin, but while you slept, perhaps I could reach your subconscious, warn you about the future. I saw your desk with writing paper on it, and I knew that was the only way to reach you. I spoke softly, trying to reach your subconscious. Martin, listen to me. This is John. You must hear me, for it's a matter of life and death. You must do exactly as I say. I want you to get out of bed. That's it. Throw back the covers. Now put your feet on the floor. Martin, do as I say. That's right. Now go to your desk. That's fine. Now sit down. That's it. Pick up the pen that's on the desk. Martin, pick up the pen. That's right. You picked up the pen and began to write as I dictated. Everything up to this point explains how this letter was written. And now, the reason for it. In looking into the future, I was horrified to see that Susan would die the night of June 7th, 1947, at exactly 6 o'clock. That means you must act swiftly, Martin, for she has less than 24 hours to live. If you don't, she will be found frozen to death. As for yourself, I see you dying as the result of an accident in a small, roughly furnished room. In this room is a desk calendar, and the date it shows as you lie dying is September 3rd, 1947. Martin, the love I bear you and your daughter has reached out from another world to warn you
against the future. I pray that you will act upon this information and save yourselves. Your brother, John.
That's the most extraordinary letter I ever heard.
Well, what do you make of it, Doctor?
You sure this is your handwriting?
Certain of it. And then there are these ink stains on my fingers.
Yes. It's amazing.
It's obvious that I wrote this letter last night in my sleep. What upsets me is the content of the letter. The things I wrote are so fantastic that I'm afraid I may be losing my mind.
No. I'm quite sure you're sane, Martin.
Well, then how do you account for my writing such a fantastic letter even in my sleep?
Has it occurred to you that this fantastic letter, as you call it, may not be fantastic?
What? Now, Henry, you're not trying to tell me that you believe that this letter is true. That my brother John did die last night and came here. Surely you don't believe in all that tommy rot.
Then your explanation for that letter is that you wrote it while having a nightmare?
Well, of course. What other answer could there be? It's ridiculous to think that you, a man of science, could attach any credence to this letter even for a moment. You amaze me.
There have been many phenomena in history. Phenomena that never could be explained. Not even by science.
Oh, you're almost as bad as my brother. Soon you'll be telling me that you, too, believe in spiritualism.
Have you called up your brother this morning?
Why, no. Why should I have? Oh, you think he may have died last night as he wrote me in this letter? Doctor, I think you'd better see a doctor.
I suggest you call your brother.
Well, all right, I will, just to show you what a fool you are for believing even for a moment that there can be anything to this letter. Why, when John was here last night, he looked just as healthy. Hello, Paul. This is Mr. Drake. Is my brother there? What? Last night? After he returned home? I see. Thank you, Paul.
He is dead, isn't he?
Yes. Paul said that he died last night.
If your brother died last night, then this letter must have been written by him through your subconscious after...
No, that can't be. What you're saying is madness. The dead can't communicate with the living.
Yeah, but in this letter, your brother speaks of his death last night and goes on to tell...
My brother couldn't have written that letter through my subconscious. Such things can't happen.
I wish I felt as certain as you do. What about this part of the letter? In looking into the future, I was horrified to see that Susan would die the night of June 7th, 1947, at exactly 6 o'clock in the evening. That means you must act swiftly, Martin, for she has less than 12 hours to live. If you don't, she'll be found frozen to death.
And that proves how fantastic the whole letter is. Today is June 7th, and outside it's like summer. How could Susan possibly be frozen to death?
I don't know, Martin. But if Susan were my daughter, I think I'd want to be with her tonight at 6 o'clock. You'd never be able to forgive yourself if anything would have happened to her. I'll go with you if you like.
Oh, very well. But mind you, I still don't believe that John wrote this letter through my subconscious. What time is it, Henry?
It's a few minutes after 6.
If we hadn't had the breakdown, we'd have been there hours ago.
How much further is it?
As soon as we reach the top of this hill, you'll be able to see it.
I wish we'd reached the house before 6.
Now, surely you don't believe what that letter says. How could Susan possibly freeze to death? Why, it's a warm evening. It's like summer.
Yes, I know, but just the same, I wish we'd arrived sooner.
Look, you can see the house now, down there in the valley. Susan's probably getting dinner. And we'll certainly look like a pair of fools coming up here because of that ridiculous letter.
I hope you're right.
Henry, Susan isn't in the room.
She isn't?
No.
Could she be in the village or visiting friends?
No. You're forgetting her car's parked in front of the house.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, where can she be?
I'm afraid I can't answer that.
I'll search the second and third floors while you search this floor in the cellar. She must be someplace in the house. Henry, where are you?
Down in the cellar, Martin.
I searched every room on the second and third floor, but I couldn't find a sign of her.
I found her, Martin.
You found her? Well, where is she? Susan.
You must prepare yourself for a shock.
Shock?
Martin, listen to me. I found her in the cold storage room, frozen to death.
No. She can't be dead.
But she is, Martin. From what I could make out, she turned on the freezing system full and then went inside to store some meats, probably right after she got here. While she was in there, the door slammed shut, locked her in.
Oh, Susan. If only I'd gotten here in time.
Martin, for weeks now you've been like this. Now you must get hold of yourself. You'll break down. You did everything you could to save Susan.
No, that's just it. I didn't. John reached me from beyond the grave to warn me about the future, but I merely laughed. Had I heeded his letter, Susan would be alive today.
But, Martin, you did try to get there in time. It wasn't your fault the car broke down.
Yes, but if I'd believed in the letter, I'd have hired another car and kept going instead of waiting for my car to be repaired.
You know, I've been thinking perhaps it was meant that your car should break down, that you should arrive too late to save Susan.
What?
Perhaps it was wrong of John to break through the barrier that separates the living from the dead and warn you of the future.
Well, how could it be wrong if it would have saved Susan?
Perhaps it was ordained that Susan was to die when she did. And that's why the car broke down.
No. I could have saved her if only I'd hired another car and rushed on to my country home. But at least now I can heed John's warning and save my own life.
Save your own life?
Yes. Have you forgotten the other part of the letter? As for yourself, Martin, I see you dying as the result of an accident in a small, roughly furnished room. In this room is a desk calendar, and the date it shows as you lie dying is September 3rd, 1947. Today is August 1st. That means I have less than 5 weeks to live. Unless I can save myself.
But how can you save yourself, Martin? What's meant to be will be.
Not if I'm clever enough to take advantage of the information in this letter. Dying as a result of an accident in a small, roughly furnished room. Yes, but if John had only told me what kind of an accident it was meant to be. Well, nevertheless, come what may, I'm not going to die on September 3rd. Just a minute.
Hey, Martin, what's going on? I mean, what's the meaning of all those men around the house? Why was I searched before I entered the room?
Henry, do you know what the date is?
Why, yes, it's September 2nd.
Yes, and in a few minutes it will be midnight, and then it will be September 3rd.
Oh, yes, that's right. The letter.
In the letter, John warns me that I shall die of an accident in a small, roughly furnished room. Well, you'd hardly call this drawing room that, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
It's my intention to remain in this room until tomorrow is past. Now, Henry, would you mind keeping me company for the next 24 hours?
No, Martin, not at all.
See, I've taken every possible precaution to prevent an accident from occurring. I've removed everything from this room but that sofa, chair, and table. And I have food in here to last me for several days. I have guards around this house and outside this room to prevent anyone from entering for the next 24 hours.
It certainly sounds as though you've taken every precaution.
Yes, I've done everything I could think of. Henry, do you hear that? It's just midnight. September 3rd is here.
Martin, will you stop looking at your watch every other second?
I can't help it. One more minute and it'll be midnight. And when the clock in the hallway strikes, it'll be September 4th.
Yes, Martin, yes. Now, why don't you sit down and take it easy?
How can I at a time like this?
Martin, you must calm down. Think of your heart.
Only 30 seconds more, Henry. 30 seconds.
Martin, you're as white as a sheet.
Well, who wouldn't be? I'm cheating death. I'm going to live. Live, do you hear?
Easy there now. I can't help feeling it would have been better if John hadn't warned you about the future.
No, don't say that. If he hadn't, I'd have been dead by now. That's it. Henry, do you hear that? It's midnight. And I'm still alive. Alive.
For some weeks, Martin Drake was a sick man as the result of the strain he'd undergone. But with the coming of fall, he was well on the road to recovery. It was in late autumn that he invited Dr. Warren to go hunting with him in Maine. Day after day, the two men, with their guide, roamed the woods. The exercise and outdoor life did Martin a world of good, and he was soon his former self, both physically and mentally.
It seems to be getting much colder, doesn't it?
Yes, it feels very much like snow.
I think it'll hold off for a while yet. Like to do a little more hunting, Mr. Drake? We still got a couple of hours till it gets dark.
Yes, I wouldn't mind. How about you, Henry?
Well, by all means. Maybe we'll come across that buck we spotted this morning.
Yes, he was a big fellow. Where'd I put my rifle?
Here it is, Mr. Drake, under the tree.
Oh, yes, so it is.
Here's your rifle, Doc.
This rifle of mine...
Oh. Martin, what happened?
Good grief, he shot himself, Doc.
Martin, are you badly hurt?
The gun went off when I picked it up on my shoulder.
Easy now. Want to have a look at it?
Oh.
Is it bad, Doc?
No, not bad. We must get him to a shelter and stop this bleeding.
Ed Tolliver's place about a quarter of a mile from here, Doc.
All right, give me a hand. We gotta get him there at once. Now, put him down gently on the cot.
Okay.
Easy now. That's it.
How is he, Doc? Think he'll pull through?
Yeah, of course. He just fainted from the pain and the loss of blood. Now, let's see.
Sure is a nasty wound.
Yeah. Fortunately, the bullet went on through his shoulder. I won't have to probe for it.
Oh.
What are you going to do to him, Doc?
Well, first I'll have
Henry,
to...
where am I?
Now, just lie still, Martin. We brought you to this shack where I can fix you up.
Oh, my shoulder hurts.
It'll be all right now once I get the bullet wound cleaned up. Pete, put my medical bag on this desk here. Open it, will you?
Sure, Doc.
Will you have to probe for the bullet?
No. Fortunately, it went right through. All I have to do is clean the wound. It may hurt a bit, Martin.
That's all right, Henry. Go ahead.
Maybe you better turn your face away from me so you won't see what I'm doing. Sometimes it's easier that way. Concentrate on the desk over there, huh?
All right.
Pete, hand me that tube of sulfur powder.
Yep.
Also the...
Henry!
What is it, Martin?
That calendar.
What calendar?
There on the desk. Don't you see?
Yes.
Do you see what date it has? September 3rd.
I guess that's the day Ed Tolliver went back to the city.
September 3rd.
Martin, you mustn't get excited.
Do you remember what the letter said? Henry, this is it.
Oh, Martin, no. You'll be all right if only you'll
After
count.
an accident, this room is small, roughly furnished. And the desk calendar does show September 3rd, 1947. Henry, it's all as John said it would be. I haven't cheated death. He's here in this room. He's come to take me.
He's come to...
Sheriff, what's wrong?
He's dead.
Dead. But it was only a shoulder wound. You said he pulled through.
Yes, but I was wrong. Shot killed him. I guess nothing can save a man when it's ordained he die. Death came to Martin Drake as it was foredoomed to come. Mysterious traveler again. Too bad about Martin and Susan, wasn't it? Even John Drake's warning from another world couldn't save them. Which seems to prove that when your time comes, nothing you can do can change it. So you might as well not worry about it. So I did know of a man who managed to outwit death for several hundred years. Then one day he was... Oh, you have to get off here. I'm sorry. But I'm sure we'll meet again. I take this same train every week at this time.
You have just heard The Mysterious Traveler, a series of dramas of the strange and terrifying. In today's story, all the characters were fictional, and any resemblance to the name of an actual person, living or dead, was purely coincidental. In the cast were Maurice Tarplin, Roger DeCoven, Eric Dressler, and Bryna Rayburn. Original music was played by Paul Taubman. The Mysterious Traveler is written, produced, and directed by Robert J. Arthur and David Kogan. Listen next week to a tale titled
Death is My Co-Pilot.
Another strange and suspenseful tale of the Mysterious Traveler. Your Mysterious Traveler has turned author. Yes, Maurice Tarplin has penned a chilling tale titled 7 Casks of Death, which appears in the current issue of Dime Mystery magazine, one of the popular publications group, now on sale at your local newsstand. Don't miss it. This program has come to you from our New York studios. Another program of tense and dramatic action will follow in just a minute. Stay tuned to the station for Official Detective. Carl Caruso speaking. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System. Broadcasting System presents The Mysterious Traveler, written, produced, and directed by Robert A. Arthur and David Kogan, and starring tonight 2 of radio's foremost actors, Eric Dressler and John Sylvester, in an original radio drama titled Murder is My Business.
This is The Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and the terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, and it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and be comfortable, if you can. Our story tonight begins in a huge white mansion overlooking the Hudson River, some 50 miles above New York City. In a large, comfortable room, David Phillips, a slender, nervous man in his early 30s, is seated at a desk typing.
Dear Julia, a year has passed since we last saw each other, and I'm writing this letter with a hope that you will understand all that I'm about to reveal, and understanding will forgive me. I'm a writer, darling, and yet I find it difficult to put into words the horrible events of the past year. As they flash through my mind, I can feel the quickening of my pulse, and the hatred within me surges up as overwhelmingly as... But I mustn't think of that. It's much more important that you understand what has happened. It all began the day I was in my study, writing a script for the Dangerous Adventure radio show.
Darling, it's for you.
Who is it?
It's Basil King.
Basil King?
Dave, wait a minute. I want to talk to you.
But, honey, Basil King. I can't keep him waiting.
Yes, you can.
Well, we'll talk fast.
King's looking for a writer for his radio show, isn't he?
Yeah, Sig Rodman just quit.
Quit? You mean he had a nervous breakdown? And so has every other writer who's ever worked for Basil King. Dave, I don't want you to write for him.
But, Julie, his show pays $600 a week. We could pay off all our debts with that kind of dough.
Darling, be sensible. No amount of money is worth the punishment you'll have to take from him.
Now, look, we'll talk about this later. He's on the phone.
Tell him no.
He'll hear you. Hello?
Mr. Phillips, this is Basil King speaking.
Oh, yes, Mr. King.
Several people have spoken very highly of you as a radio writer, and at the moment I'm in need of one for my show, Brad Barker, Private Eye. Would you care to discuss the matter?
I'd like to, very much.
Are you free for luncheon tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
Shall we say 1 o'clock at the Algonquin?
All right, Mr. King.
Just ask for my table. Good day, Mr. Phillips.
Good day. Now, honey, don't look at me that way.
Dave, I just don't understand you. It doesn't make sense wanting to write for him. Everyone who's ever worked for Basil King detests him. He's the most hated man in radio.
Be reasonable, Julie. $600 a week is a lot of dough. If I can't get along with King, I'll quit. Now, what more can you ask? Next day, as the head waiter led me through the crowded dining room, I could see Basil King seated at a table in a far corner of the room. King was a tall, slender, gray-haired man in his late 40s. He had a cold, impassive face, and his movements were stiff and precise. It suddenly occurred to me that he bore an amazing resemblance to Clifton Webb, the Hollywood star. As I reached King's table, he stood up.
How do you do, Mr. Phillips? I'm Basil King. Have a seat, won't you?
Thank you.
I suggest we talk first and order luncheon later.
All right, Mr. King.
Now, Mr. Phillips, to begin with, I'm a man who believes in frankness. I dare say this frankness of mine has led to my making a large number of enemies and has given me the reputation of being an extremely difficult person to get along with. No doubt you've heard quite a few stories about me.
Yes, I have.
Believe me, they're highly exaggerated. Great talents, such as myself, have always been misunderstood. The petty minds in this world, not understanding men of genius, are forever seeking to destroy us.
I see.
I wonder if you do, Mr. Phillips. I wonder if you do. I ask very little of my writers, merely a modicum of intelligence and the ability to accept constructive criticism.
That sounds reasonable enough.
Yes, one would think so, and yet I haven't been able to find a writer who understands me.
I'm sure you will sooner or later.
Perhaps, but to date it's been very discouraging. However, we mustn't dwell on the past. Now, Mr. Phillips, you come highly recommended, and I trust that ours shall be a happy and profitable relationship.
I hope so.
By the way, you aren't troubled by ulcers, are you?
Why, no.
Good. For some unfathomable reason, all the writers I've had in the past seem to have been afflicted with ulcers. I can't stand people who are always taking pills and subsisting on bland diets. Tell me, are you familiar with my show, Brad Barker, Private Eye?
Oh, yes. I've heard it quite often.
Good. Then you're undoubtedly aware that there are two things I insist upon in my shows. Clever plots and gimmicks that work. Bear that in mind, Mr. Phillips. Clever plots and gimmicks that work.
I understand.
It's on those two rules that I have single-handedly built the most popular detective show on the air. You've only to look at the Hooper rating of Brad Barker, Private Eye, to substantiate what I'm saying.
Yes, I know. You've got a terrific rating.
18.6. Needless to add, my sponsor, the Zestful Chewing Gum Company, has increased its sales tremendously. Now, Mr. Phillips, I'm prepared to pay $600 a week for the writing of Brad Barker. Is that satisfactory?
Yes, that sounds fair enough.
When may I expect your first script?
Well, let's see. Today is Wednesday. What about Monday morning?
That's satisfactory. Monday morning it is. Now, shall we order luncheon?
An hour later, Basil King and I separated in front of the Algonquin. I went home and started work on the script, determined to turn out a show that would make King sit up and take notice. After 4 days and nights of intensive writing, I completed the script. Monday morning, I went downtown to Basil King's luxurious office and turned the script over to him. As I sat by his desk, watching him read it, it was hard to tell what he thought of it. His face was cold and impassive as he turned page after page. At last, he finished reading it and looked up.
It won't do, Mr. Phillips.
It won't do? Well, why not?
First of all, you haven't caught the spirit of Brad Barker in your dialogue. But more important, the plot is weak, and your murder gimmick won't work.
Well, I don't see why it won't. Would you mind explaining?
In this script, you have the victim, what's his name?
Charles Riker.
Yes, you have this fellow, Charles Riker, whose life has been threatened, barricade himself in a small cabin. All doors and windows are locked from the inside, and in addition, he's armed to the teeth and has a watchdog with him.
That's right.
2 days after this fellow Riker has barricaded himself, Brad Barker breaks into the cabin to find him dead. Dead. Of poison.
Yes.
Your gimmick is that the murderer, unable to get at Riker, has tapped the water pipe which ran from the spring to the cabin and poisoned the water.
Yes, well, what's wrong with that?
My dear fellow, don't you think that when Riker drew a glass of water in the cabin, he'd have tasted the poison in the water?
But I planted in the script that the poison was tasteless.
Oh, you did? Well, nevertheless, it won't work.
Oh, why not?
It just doesn't ring true. I don't feel it.
Why not?
I wish you'd stop asking why not. It's obvious that I don't like your gimmick, and if I don't like it, 15 million radio listeners won't like it. If our relationship is to continue, you must learn to accept constructive criticism. After all, my dear fellow, you have merely to look at the rating of the show to realize that I am never wrong. Furthermore, I should like to point out that at no time...
Is that you, Dave?
Yes, Julie?
How did King like your script? He didn't like it.
That's putting it mildly.
Oh, but that was a good script. One of the best you've ever done.
That's what I thought. But Mr. King didn't.
No wonder all his writers have nervous breakdowns. That man doesn't know what he wants.
Well, I'll give it one more try.
You mean you're still going to try to write for him?
Now, honey, there's no use in giving up so soon. Maybe once I get to know King's likes and dislikes, it won't be so tough to write for him.
Dave, I've never interfered before, but this is too much. I want you to call that egomaniac King up and tell him you're through.
Julie, I can't. I told King that I'd turn in another script by Thursday.
Oh, Dave.
I promise you that if he doesn't like the second script, I'll give up. Now, that's fair enough, isn't it? For the next 3 days and nights, I sweated over a new script. As I worked out the plot and gimmick, I tried to anticipate Basil King's every possible objection. Early Thursday morning, I went downtown to King's office and turned the script over to him. As he sat reading it, I began thinking of what I would say to him if he turned the show down. I would tell him quite firmly that it was obvious I wasn't the man to write the Brad Barker show. At last, King finished reading the script and looked up.
The plot, Mr. Phillips, isn't exactly new, and the dialogue needs rewriting here and there, but on the whole, it will do.
You mean you like it?
I wouldn't go so far as to say that I like it. Rather, let us say that it's acceptable. I trust, Mr. Phillips, that with time, your scripts will improve. Good day.
I left Basil King's office that morning convinced that I would succeed where other writers had failed. I felt it would be just a question of time until I learned the workings of King's mind. But then I discovered, as so many of my predecessors had, that Basil King's likes and dislikes were not constant from day to day. What he told you on Thursday didn't hold true on Friday. Weeks went by, and for every show that King accepted, he'd reject two. He would criticize every script from beginning to end, tearing it to bits relentlessly and coldly. Any questioning of his criticism would lead to his redoubling his attack. 1 week slipped into another, and with each passing week, my hatred for Basil King grew. Life became a nightmare of deadlines, of writing endlessly with one eye constantly on the clock.
Darling, you just can't go on this way. You've got to quit.
Julie, we've been over this a dozen times already. We need the $600 a week to pay off our debts.
What good is that money if you have a nervous breakdown? Look at yourself. You've lost 15 pounds in these past weeks, and you're smoking 5 packs of cigarettes a day.
Please, Julie, I've had all I can take today. Now, let's not talk about it anymore.
You're not kidding me, Dave. The money is only part of it. It's your pride that won't let you quit.
My pride?
Yes. You can't stand the thought of quitting like the others did. You've got to prove that you're better than they are.
That's enough.
Well, it's the truth, isn't it? It's only your pig-headed pride that makes you go on when anyone with sense would quit.
I said that's enough.
Dave, we can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to stand around and watch you have a breakdown. You'll have to choose between Basil King and myself.
Now, look, Julie, you're upset. You don't know what you're saying.
I know perfectly well what I'm saying. I'm asking you to choose between Basil King and myself.
Stop trying to intimidate me. I told you before I'm not quitting, and I meant it.
All right, Dave. If that's the way you want it, I'm leaving.
Well, go ahead. No one's stopping you. Basil King may be able to make you quit, but not me. You call it pride, okay. But I won't let a louse like him beat me. Somehow I'll get the better of him. You wait and see.
Goodbye, Dave.
I was so emotionally worn out the night you left me, Julie. I could scarce comprehend my loss at the time. There seemed to be only 2 people in the world. Basil King and myself. As I traveled back and forth day after day between my typewriter and King's office, my hatred for him increased 100-fold. Feeling my hatred for him, King redoubled his sadistic attack, sensing that I was determined not to quit. The weeks slipped by, and the nightmare continued. King insisted that I come to all rehearsals of the show so that the cast, as he put it, might see the culprit who wrote the script. It was at a rehearsal that I first met Mr. Pearson, president of the Zestful Chewing Gum Company. He was sitting in the control room, watching with great respect as Basil King rehearsed the cast.
No. My dear Miss Hunter, I assumed when I hired you that you were a radio actress. If I'm wrong, please enlighten me.
What did I do that was wrong, Mr. King?
I don't feel it. I just don't feel it. Try it again.
Rocky, you've got to give me a chance to explain. It wasn't my fault. Honest, it wasn't, Rocky.
Cut. Miss Hunter, you sound too young. I want you to age the role 1 year. Mind you, just 1 year.
Yes, Mr. King. Rocky, you've got to give me a chance to explain. It wasn't my fault. Honest, it wasn't. Rocky, don't.
Cut. Well, if that's the best you can give me, it will have to do. And Mr. Cooney, if you can't do better, I'll have to get another sound man. Take 15 minutes.
It's dreadful, Mr. King, the incompetence you have to put up with.
Yes, Mr. Pearson, it often amazes me that I've been as successful as I have. Oh, speaking of incompetence, Mr. Pearson, I'd like you to meet the present writer of the show, Mr. Phillips.
How do you do, Mr. Phillips?
Glad to meet you, sir.
I have great hopes, Mr. Pearson, of making a radio writer out of Phillips.
Well, I'm sure if anyone can do it, you're that person, Mr. King.
Pardon me, Mr. King. Would you like to hear the commercial now?
Very well, Caruso. Go ahead.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, July 8th is the big day. In just 1 month, you'll be able to buy the latest discovery in chewing gum happiness, Pepso Gum. Made by the Zestful Chewing Gum Company, Pepso Gum is a new gum. A gum with a jailed-in flavor, designed to give you hours of chewing pleasure. Remember, the big day is July 8th, when Pepso Gum will be on sale at all candy counters.
I don't feel it, Caruso. I want more emphasis. I want you to be so compelling that people will rush to their drugstores and place orders for this new gum.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Rehearse it a few more times, and I'll go over it with you later.
Yes, Mr. King.
Well, I guess I'll be getting back to the office, Mr. King. Most kind of you to allow me to watch your rehearsal.
That's quite all right, Mr. Pearson.
It's a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Phillips. I assume that you'll be at the factory for next week's broadcast?
The factory?
Yes, Phillips, we're doing the broadcast in the factory next week.
Yes, it's the company's 25th anniversary. You've no idea how our employees are looking forward to your broadcast. Yes, indeed. Well, good day, gentlemen.
Goodbye, Mr. Pearson. Mr. Phillips, I have here the script you turned in for next week's show. It won't do.
Why not?
There are so many things wrong with the script that it's hard to know where to begin. Let's start with your murder gimmick. You have the victim, I believe his name is Roger Roden.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, you have this fellow Roden picking up an envelope, licking the flap, and sealing the envelope. A minute later, he drops dead. Your gimmick is potassium cyanide powder has been mixed into the glue of the envelope flap.
Yes, and when Roden licked the flap, his tongue absorbed the poison.
It just won't stand up.
Oh, why not?
For the simple reason that Roden's tongue wouldn't absorb enough potassium cyanide to kill him.
Oh, but it would. Potassium cyanide is a very potent poison. Just a few grains will kill a man.
Possibly, but I'm not convinced. And if you can't convince me, you won't convince our 16 million listeners. It just won't do.
It will work. I tell you, it will work.
I'm sorry, Mr. Phillips, but I don't agree. How soon can you have another script for me?
It was at that moment I knew I was going to murder Basil King. Perhaps all along it had been there, buried in my subconscious. For the first time in weeks, my hands stopped trembling, and I was able to think clearly of all that had happened. I had allowed Basil King, a man who was a psychopathic case, to drag me down to his own level. And what was worse, I had lost Julie. My stupid pride had driven the one person I loved away from me. Basil King would pay for that. And all the anguish he'd caused so many people. I thought of King's rejection of my potassium cyanide gimmick. And suddenly it came to me how ironic it would be if his death were brought about by potassium cyanide. Yes, the great man dying by a gimmick which he declared wouldn't work. Of course, I couldn't use the envelope flap, but there were other ways. And I would think of one. Now, that night, a plan began to form in my mind. A plan which was completed a week later as I was being shown through the zestful chewing gum factory by Mr. Morris, the superintendent of the factory. I had no idea the factory was so large, Mr. Morris. We seem to have walked miles.
I'm afraid your radio rider's just unused to walking. Probably ride in taxi cabs all the time.
I guess you're right. Oh, what's this place?
This is the shipping room.
Oh.
That about completes the tour. I reckon you've seen just about everything.
Say, all these boxes have Pepsi-Gum marked on the side of them.
That's right.
You getting ready to distribute it all over the country?
Yeah, you're going to start shipping next week.
You know, I've heard so many announcements on the show about Pepsi-Gum that I'm curious. What's it taste like?
Well, it's hard to say. It has sort of a sharp flavor.
Sounds good. If you have any around, I'd like to taste it.
Well, I'd like to give you some, Mr. Phillips, but the old man, Mr. Pearson, he's given out strict orders not to give any of it out. Reckon he's trying to keep it from the public till the last minute.
Oh. But employees have tasted it, haven't they?
Oh, sure.
Well, Mr. Morris, you're looking at an employee right now. I do write radio shows for the company.
Yeah, I guess you are an employee after all. I reckon I can give you a pack of Pepsi-Gum. There you are.
Thanks. An attractive-looking pack of gum.
Yeah, you got to catch the customer's eye if you want to sell gum. Oh, what do you say if we go back to the auditorium?
Fine. I've seen the whole factory, and I've got a pack of the new Pepsi-Gum. What more could I ask for? A few minutes later, I left Mr. Morris in the auditorium, where the great Basil King was rehearsing the cast for the show. I walked across the street to the inn where we were staying and went up to my room. There, I took the pack of Pepsi-Gum from my pocket and withdrew one of the 5 sticks of gum. I very carefully removed the wrapper, and taking a dampened handkerchief, I wiped the candy powder off the stick of gum. It took but another minute to evenly sprinkle potassium cyanide powder over the wet stick of gum. In a very short time, the gum dried, and it was impossible to tell that the fine, powdery coating on it was a coating of death. I rewrapped the stick of gum and carefully inserted it in the center of the pack. When I arrived at the auditorium 10 minutes before airtime, the great man was relaxing in the control room. With him were Mr. Pearson and Bill, the broadcast engineer.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Phillips. I was afraid you were going to miss the broadcast.
Mr. Phillips may not be a good writer, but he is a punctual one, Mr. Pearson.
Mr. King, you're a great one for banter. You have a ready wit.
Thank you, Mr. Pearson.
Yeah, look at that auditorium. Completely packed. I've never seen our employees so enthusiastic, and it's all due to you, Mr. King. I hope you'll say a few words to them after the broadcast.
Well, I should be delighted to.
Can you spare a minute, Mr. King?
What is it?
Do you remember that script I turned in a week ago with the potassium cyanide gimmick?
You mean where the victim licked the envelope flap and was poisoned? Yes, I remember that deplorable script. What about it?
Well, I was wondering What if we were to switch the potassium cyanide to something else? Instead of the envelope, perhaps the cyanide might be sprinkled on a piece of candy or something like that.
No. It would never work. I don't feel it.
You really don't think it would, huh?
Certainly not. Really, Mr. Phillips, you're showing less and less imagination from week to week.
Well, I just thought I'd mention it.
Hey, Mr. Phillips, that pack of gum you have, isn't that the new Pepsi gum?
Yes, Mr. Pearson, that's right.
But I gave strict orders that it wasn't to be given out. How did you get it?
Yes, how did you get it?
I found this pack in the shipping room. I hope you don't mind my having taken it.
Well, no. After all, we are just one big family.
You see, Mr. Pearson, I've heard so much about the new Pepsi gum that I was curious to find out what it tasted like.
Well, what did you think of it?
Well, I haven't tried it yet. But I guess this is as good a time as ever. Have a piece?
I don't mind if I do. Thank you.
What about you, Mr. King?
No, thank you.
You mean you aren't even curious to know what Mr. Pearson's new gum tastes like?
Please, Mr. King, I'm very eager to know what you think of the flavor. I have great respect for your opinion.
Very well, Mr. Pearson.
Here you are, Mr. King.
Thank you.
I understand it has a sharp flavor, Mr. Pearson.
Yes, but delightfully so. It's delicious. Well, I have a feeling that Pepsi gum is going to be a tremendous success. Go ahead, Mr. King. Put it in your mouth. I'm anxious to have your opinion.
Yes. Yes. Well, certainly has a sharp taste.
Oh, not that sharp. Keep chewing it. 1 minute there, time, Mr. King.
Thank you.
I watched the great man, Basil King, chewing a stick of Pepsi gum. I knew that he found the flavor a bit sharp. And if Mr. Pearson hadn't been watching him, he would have spat it out. Yes, Mr. King didn't like the flavor, but with the sponsor looking on, he had to continue chewing. I watched the minute hand sweep around the clock. In 30 seconds, we would be on the air, and according to my calculations, Mr. King would keel over 15 seconds after we were on the air.
Stand by.
I'll give you the go-ahead, Mr. King.
Very well.
Coming up. Go ahead.
Successful Chewing Gum Company presents Brad Barker, Private Eye. Conceived, produced, directed, and edited by Basil King.
My dear fellow, the monitor is too high. That's it. Take it down. You engineers just don't know. Oh, my heart.
Brad Barker,
King, what's wrong?
My heart.
Quick, catch him.
I've got him, Mr. Pearson. You'd better get a doctor. It looks like a heart attack.
Yes, I'll get one immediately.
Bill, turn down the monitor. Just do the best you can.
Okay, Dave. You take care of him, and I'll take care of the show.
And soon there will be a fresh flavor added to the zest chewing gum.
King, can you hear me?
Yes, get a doctor.
Do you remember the potassium cyanide gimmick?
Potassium cyanide.
Yes. I just want you to know you're wrong. It does work. That's why you're dying.
What?
That stick of gum I gave you. It was covered with potassium cyanide powder.
No. Get a doctor.
A doctor can't help you. You're going to die.
Oh, no.
Brad Barker, Private Eye.
Poor Mr. King.
Small, dingy office overlooking the harbor. On the door is a letter.
You just forgot one thing.
Waterfront Protective Association.
Murder is my business. Julie, darling, that was a year ago, and I've never ceased to regret your leaving me. I'm writing this in the hope that you will find it in your heart to forgive me. I admit that it was my stupid pride that wouldn't allow me to acknowledge defeat at Basil King's hands. But he's gone now, Julie. And if you could only see your way clear to start all over.
Hi. Hello, Mr. Phillips. Remember me? John Pearson?
Mr. Pearson?
Yes. You remember Mr. Morris, my factory superintendent?
Hello.
We happened to be driving past and thought it'd be a nice gesture to drop in and find out how you were getting along.
Please, I've got to finish this letter to my wife, Julie. I've got to finish it.
Doesn't seem to be getting any better, does he, Mr. Pearson?
No, it doesn't. Look at all these letters scattered around. Must be at least 100. They're all addressed to his wife.
What a pity, huh?
Yes, I'll never forget that day that Basil King died of a heart attack. I came back to the control room to find poor Mr. Phillips crying hysterically over the body. He never has gotten over the shock of Basil King's death. What a wonderful friendship that was.
This is the mysterious traveler. Did you enjoy our little trip? It's too bad about Dave Phillips, isn't it? His mind snapped in his hour of triumph. 16 weeks of life with Basil King proved to be just too much for him, mentally. As Basil King used to say, being a radio writer calls for a weak mind. However, it does seem that Dave Phillips did get in the last word. For Basil King died of a gimmick he claimed would never work. And the police, oddly enough, never did suspect it was murder. Now, I recall another case in which a young man awoke to find himself dead, and he decided, you have to get off here. I'm sorry. I'm sure we'll meet again. I take this same train every week at this same time.
You have just heard The Mysterious Traveler, a series of dramas of the strange and terrifying. All characters in tonight's story were fictitious, and any resemblance to the names of actual persons was purely coincidental. In tonight's cast were Maurice Tarplin, Eric Dressler, John Sylvester, Shirley Blank, and Richard Coogan. Original music was played by Paul Taubman. Sound was by George Cooney, broadcast engineer Walter Payne. Mysterious Traveler is written, produced, and directed by Robert A. Arthur and David Cogan. Listen next week to a tale titled
Queen of the Cats.
Another strange and suspenseful tale of the Mysterious Traveler. This program has come to you from our New York studios. Another program of tense and dramatic action will follow in just a minute. Stay tuned to the station for Official Detective. Carl Caruso speaking. This is the Mutual Broadcasting. The Mutual Broadcasting System presents The Mysterious Traveler. Written, produced, and directed by Robert A. Arthur and David Cogan, starring tonight two of radio's foremost personalities, Carl Weber and Inga Adams, in an original radio drama titled Queen of the Cats.
This is the Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and the terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, that it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and be comfortable, if you can, as we prepare to meet the Queen of the Cats. Our story begins late one night in a large New England town. Jane Elliott, an attractive girl in her early 20s, hurries down a quiet and darkened residential street. Finally, she stops before a large colonial house with a nameplate on the door, Dr. George Richards. She hesitates a moment, then rushes up the few steps to the door.
Yes?
Dr. Richards, my name is Jane Elliott. I'm sorry to wake you up at such a late hour, but I'm desperate.
That's quite all right, Miss Elliott. Please come in.
Thank you.
Now, what seems to be the trouble, Miss Elliott? You're pale and trembling.
No, I'm not ill, Doctor. It's Chris. Chris Arnold, my fiancé. Doctor, you've got to help me. You've got to, or something terrible will happen. I know it will.
I'll do everything I can, Miss Elliott. Now, please tell me what's wrong.
Well, I don't know what's wrong. All I know is that Chris is frightened. He's in deadly fear of something.
I see. Where is your fiancé now?
At his home, Brookfield Manor. Doctor, I know it's late, but won't you come with me and see Chris? He needs help desperately.
Please, Miss Elliott, you mustn't cry. Of course I'll come with you, and I'll do what I can.
If you'll follow me, Doctor, Chris's room is this way.
All right. Oh, tell me, Miss Elliott, aren't there any servants in this huge house?
No, Doctor. Chris dismissed them all 2 months ago, except for a cook who's here during the day. He lives alone. Here we are, Doctor.
Who is it?
Chris, it's Jane.
Just a minute. Jane, I've asked you before not to... Who's he?
Darling, this is Dr. Richards. Doctor, this is my fiancé, Chris Arnold.
How do you do, Mr. Arnold? Why the devil did you bring him? I don't need a doctor.
Please, darling, I couldn't stand to see you.
Forgive me, Mr. Arnold, but it's obvious to the most untrained eye you do need a doctor.
Chris, please tell the doctor what you're afraid of.
I'm not afraid of anything. I'm afraid that's not true. Your eyes are twitching, and you keep glancing around the room nervously.
Mind your own business.
People who are ill are my business. I want to help you, but I can't unless you tell me what you're afraid of.
Darling, please tell him. Please, you can't go on this way.
Yes. You're right. I can't go on this way. Believe me, Mr. Arnold, you'll feel much better once you've talked your fears out. Now, suppose you start from the beginning and tell me everything.
All right, Doctor. I suppose it all began 2 years ago at a party Jane and I were invited.
Oh, Chris, isn't this a wonderful party?
The only thing wonderful about it is you.
Chris, don't. People are watching.
A fine thing when a man can't kiss his best girl in public.
At Miss Tyndale's school, we were taught a young lady never kisses a man in public.
Miss Tyndale is setting romance back 15 years. Who are you looking for?
Rana Farouk, my roommate at Miss Tyndale's.
Oh, she's the Egyptian girl you were telling me about.
Yes, I want you to meet her. Only, you better not fall in love with her, as every other man does.
Sounds as though she's a second Cleopatra.
Oh, there she is, Chris. Come on.
So that's Rana. No wonder men can't resist her.
Chris, your mouth is open. Rana!
Hello, Jane. I've missed you.
Rana, this is Chris Arnold. Chris, Rana Farouk.
Hello, Chris. I would have recognized you any place from the picture Jane had of you on her dresser at Miss Tyndale's.
Hello, Rana.
Oh, look, there's Miss Tyndale waving at me. Excuse me, won't you?
Of course, Jane.
I'll be back in a minute.
You know, Chris, at Miss Tyndale's, the first thing I would see in the morning when I got up, and the last thing before I went to bed, was your picture. And I always knew that someday we should meet. And now we have. Why are you staring at me like that? Aren't you going to say anything?
I prefer just to look. Even now, Doctor, 2 years after our first meeting, I find it difficult to describe how beautiful Rana was. She had lustrous black hair that came down to her shoulders, and green eyes that bewitched you. When she walked, she was so lithe and graceful that every eye in the room followed her. I was captivated the moment I saw her.
I see. Well, what happened after that first meeting?
Rana also seemed attracted to me. After that night, we saw each other constantly. Nothing seemed to matter to me when I wasn't with her. It made me indescribably happy to learn she felt the same way. So, just a month after we'd met, we were married.
Please go on, Mr. Arnold.
In the months that followed, I began to see Rana not as the image I had been infatuated with, but as she really was. Vain, selfish, and intensely possessive. She couldn't bear to have me out of her sight. And if I was, when I returned, there would be questions, countless questions. I began to dread seeing her. And then there were the cats.
The cat?
Yes, we had the same passion for them.
When Rana and I were at school together, Doctor, she always had a few cats around. She said she couldn't live without them.
The house was always full of cats. She'd sit for hours stroking them, whispering to them, until I thought I'd go mad. Life became a nightmare for me. A nightmare full of cats. And Rana asking questions, endless questions, as to where I'd been and whom I'd seen. Finally, one day I realized I couldn't go on living with her any longer. That our marriage had been a mistake. I decided to tell her so that very evening. May I come in, Rana?
Of course, dear. Good evening, Chris. Darling, why didn't you tell me that you'd had lunch with Mary Walker when I called you at the office this afternoon?
How did you know I had lunch with her?
A friend told me.
Friend? Who was it?
Oh, what is it, beauty? What are you trying to say?
Rana, put that cat down and answer me. Who was the friend that told you I had lunch with Mary Walker?
You've never met her, darling.
How is it that you always seem to know what I've been doing, who I've been seeing? It's as though you have people spying on me.
Chris, what a thing to say. Now, please hurry and change, or we'll be late for the Hopkins party.
Something strange about the way you always know what I've been doing. Sometimes I suspect...
Chris, look out! You stepped on Sabrina's tail.
I'm sorry, but I didn't see her.
I've asked you before to be more careful. Oh, poor Sabrina. Are you all right now, my beauty?
If there weren't so many cats underfoot, I wouldn't have stepped on her. Why must you keep them around?
Because I love cats. They're beautiful, sacred. Thousands of years ago, my ancestors worshipped the cat.
When you speak like that, you almost look like a cat.
And why not? Is there anything in the world more beautiful than a cat? You see? They agree.
Ron, I can't go on like this anymore.
Hey, darling, what do you mean?
Our marriage was a mistake. I want a divorce.
Chris, you can't be serious.
Oh, I am, Rana. Dead serious.
I love you, Chris. And I won't give you up. You are mine, darling. And you'll always be. Nothing shall ever separate us.
Would you care for a cocktail, sir? No, thank you.
Well, even if you won't have one, Mr. Arnold, I will.
Jane, it's good to see you again. Just let me look at you.
It's good to see you, too, Chris.
You're as lovely as ever, Jane.
Chris, you're not looking well at all. You all right?
I am now. Jane, can't we go someplace and talk? What about the sheriff?
It's all right, Chris.
Here, this door opens onto it.
How is Lana?
Oh, she's fine. Jane, I've made such a mess out of everything. I was a fool who mistaken infatuation for love. Jane, can you ever forgive me for the way I behaved toward you?
Well, there's nothing to forgive, Chris. I must be going now.
Well, Jane, this is a surprise.
Donna.
Really, Jane, the way you've avoided calling on us, I have suspect you're still in love with Chris.
Donna, you have no right.
Please, Chris. I'm afraid I'll have to be leaving. It's getting quite late. Good night.
Good night, Jane.
I hope I didn't interrupt anything by coming out here so unexpectedly, Chris.
Yes, Rana, you did. I was about to tell Jane that I love her and that I always will.
I suppose that's why you asked me for a divorce. You've been secretly seeing her.
Secretly seeing her? Is it possible for me to see anyone or do anything secretly without you knowing about it?
No, you're right. It isn't possible. I know everything you do. So I would forget Jane if I were you.
Rhoda, how could you possibly want me, knowing how I feel about Jane? You've got to give me a divorce.
I'll never give you a divorce. Never. Do you hear? You're mine. And you always will be.
I can still see her, Doctor. She stood there, hissing at me. Chris, you're mine, and you always will be. Suddenly I realized that she looked like a cat. An angry cat. Her green eyes, cold and murderous. Her long nails digging into my arms. Her body tense. For a moment, I thought she was going to scratch my eyes out. After that night, I hardly spoke to Rana. I treated her as a stranger.
Darling, you're behaving very childishly, refusing to talk to me. It's been a month now.
Why are you slowing down?
I want to talk to you, Chris, and I can't talk to you while I'm driving.
There's no point in us stopping. We have nothing to say to each other.
Oh, but we do, darling. Chris, we could be so happy together if you wanted. You know how much I love you. I'd do anything to make you happy. Anything.
Anything? Then you can give me a divorce.
So you're still thinking of her? Hoping I'll give you a divorce so you can marry her? Well, I won't. You hear? I won't.
I think we'd better be moving along.
Chris, you haven't any right to treat me like this. I'm your wife.
Only in the eyes of the law, not in my eyes.
I hate you. I hate you.
You cat. You almost took out my eyes with those claws of yours.
I'll scratch your eyes out before I let any other woman have you.
This will bring you to your death. Now, slide over. I'll drive.
Very well, Chris. You think you've beaten me, Chris, but you haven't. Don't think it was weakness on my part because I tried to make up with you this evening.
I know better than to think that.
In the end, you'll come crawling to me. It may take a year, 2 years, 5 years, but I'll wait.
I'll never come crawling to you.
But you will, Chris. Jane knows I'll never give you your freedom. In time, she'll marry. And when she does, all the heart will be gone out of you. And then you'll be mine.
You have everything planned perfectly, Rana, don't you? But I have one escape from you you've never thought of.
Really? And what is that, Chris?
I can escape through death.
Through death?
Yes, Rana. If I should fail to take that curve ahead, we'd plunge off the side of the mountain.
Chris, you wouldn't.
Why not, Rana? You've shown me there's nothing to live for. This at least is a clean way out.
Chris, you don't mean it.
But I do, Rana. Just watch.
No, Chris. Don't.
When I drove the car over the side of the mountain, Doctor, I thought Rana and I were going to our deaths. But fate decreed otherwise. When I recovered consciousness 48 hours later, in the hospital, I learned it was only Rana who died.
Yes, I recall reading about it in the papers. It was a miracle that you survived.
Yes, for weeks they despaired of saving me. But at the end of 8 months, I walked out of that hospital. It was just a week after I was discharged that I ran into Jane on the street.
Chris. Oh, Chris, it is you.
Jane.
Chris, I heard about your accident just a few days ago when I got back from California.
Jane, you always seem to pop up just when I need you most.
Oh, dear, you look so much older. These past months must have been so difficult.
I don't want to look back at the past, Jane, but only to the future. The future I once hoped we'd share. And still do. 2 months ago, Doctor, Jane and I became engaged. It was just about that time that I first began to notice that everywhere I went, there always seemed to be a cat following me.
So that's why you were always looking around so nervously all the time.
Tell me, Miss Elliott, did you ever notice that the two of you were being followed by a cat?
Well, I have seen a few cats around, but they didn't mean anything to me.
Oh, but they did to me, Doctor.
Was it always the same cat that followed you?
Oh, no. One day it'd be one cat and another day a different one. Doctor, I know you must think I'm insane. At the time, I felt I was going mad. That is, until that night.
What night, Mr. Arnold?
The night I saw her. It happened in this very room 6 weeks ago. I had great difficulty in falling asleep. And when I did, I had a nightmare. A nightmare in which I was being followed by hundreds of silent cats. Then the silence was broken by the faint crying of one cat. The crying grew louder and louder. Suddenly, I awoke. my awakening, the cry didn't cease. I lay in the darkness listening, realizing that the cat I'd heard wasn't a part of my nightmare. It was real. Yes, real, living, and in my room. I could feel my heart pounding as I sat up in bed. And I looked about my darkened room. Then, suddenly, I saw her. 2 burning green eyes in the darkness. There was no mistaking those eyes. Rama! It is you, Rama. Isn't it? Yes, I'd recognize those green eyes anywhere. So you come back. Just as I've always thought of you. As a cat. I know why you've come back. It's because of Jane. You always said that if you couldn't have me, no one else would. That I was yours and always would be. Well, you're wrong, do you hear? Jane and I are going to be married. Trying to scratch my eyes out. You always said you would before you let any other woman have me. Well, we'll see about that. There. Perhaps that'll hold you. Nothing you can do will stop me from marrying her. I know that the cats that were following me, spying on me, were doing so under your orders. You're the queen of the cats. Yes, I should have known. Even when you were in human form, you looked and acted like a cat. You think you're clever, but even if you are the queen of cats, you can't prevent me from marrying Jane. So you think you can? Well, perhaps a bullet between those green eyes of yours is what... I emptied the gun at her, Doctor. Then turned on the light. There was no sign of her. She'd vanished. All that I found were 6 bullet holes in the wall.
Now, Mr. Arnold, isn't it possible that you only dreamed all that actually you fired your gun in your sleep and the shots themselves awakened you?
I tried to tell myself that, Doctor. But during the nights that followed, I knew it was not a dream. For night after night, she appeared in my room. I'd lie awake, waiting to hear her voice. And then she would appear. Stared at me with those burning green eyes, waiting. I knew she'd never leave me alone as long as I intended to marry Jane. Finally, I couldn't stand it any longer, and I went to see Jane. I asked her to postpone our wedding for a time, and without asking any questions, she agreed. Doctor, the night I put off my marriage with Jane was the first night that Rana didn't appear. And the first night in a week that I was able to sleep.
Chris, why didn't you tell me that night what was troubling you?
I was afraid you wouldn't understand, Jane, that you might think I was mad.
Do you think, Mr. Arnold, that she didn't appear again because you had postponed your marriage to Jane?
I know it. Weeks went by. Weeks in which I was able to sleep soundly without being awakened by her. I came to think that perhaps it had all been part of a horrible nightmare and that I was over it at last. Then, a week ago, I asked Jane to set the date for our wedding. She did so, and that same day we took out a marriage license.
Dr. Chris looked so much better that I thought he'd gotten over what was troubling him.
So did I. But the night after we'd applied for a license, she appeared again, in this very room.
And you've seen her every night ever since?
Yes. She just keeps staring at me with those green eyes. Waiting. And Doctor, I have a feeling something horrible will happen if I attempt to marry Jane.
You still have the marriage license?
Why? Yes. Why do you ask?
Mr. Arnold, you've reached a crisis in your life. You're faced with fears that are threatening to overwhelm your sanity. If you want Jane and happiness, you must be prepared to fight.
Fight? What? How, Doctor?
Often when we challenge our fears, we find that they exist only in our imagination. The only way for you to challenge your fears is to go through with your marriage with Jane. Now, tonight.
Tonight?
Yes, I know it's quite late, but a friend of mine who's a judge, I'm sure he'll marry you.
All right, Doctor. Jane, will you marry me? Tonight?
Oh, yes, Chris. Yes.
Sorry to get you up in the middle of the night, Judge, but for reasons I can't explain, it's important that these two be married tonight.
That's quite all right, Doc. Always glad to oblige a friend. Have you got the license and the ring, young man?
Oh, yes, sir. Here's the license. And here's the... What was that?
It's only my cat, Lucifer. Never saw a fellow so nervous. Scat, Lucifer, scat. There, he won't bother us anymore.
Chris, it's all right now. He's gone.
What's the matter, son? Don't you like cats?
No, he doesn't. Judge, would you mind getting on with the ceremony?
All right, Doc. Never saw so many nervous people. Now, young man, you take her right hand. That's it. Now, shall I give the long ceremony or the short one?
Oh, the short one, please.
All right. You, Christopher Arnold, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife, to love, honor, and cherish, as long as you both shall live.
I do. It's Runner.
Where in places that cat come from? It's Scat.
Chris, please, it's only a black cat. You mustn't pay any attention to
No,
it.
of course not. Now, if
Runner, I
you
tell you. Look at her eyes.
Why are you so afraid of cats?
I told you she's trying to prevent me from marrying Jane. Well, I'll get rid of her for once and for all.
Chris, what are you doing with that gun? Put it down.
This time I won't miss. Oh, I missed. She's escaped. She won't get away. No, wherever she's gone. I'll find her. I'll find her and kill her.
Chris, come back. I'm out of breath. Doctor, where can he be?
No, Miss Elliot. He can't be far off.
We'll find him.
There isn't a soul in sight. Doc, you sure he isn't crazy?
Please, Judge.
Well, he sure acted like he was. Pulling out that gun. Listen.
Doctor, that must be Chris firing that gun.
Yes.
Come on. Those shots came from close by.
But, Doc, there's no one inside.
I think those shots came from that driveway just ahead.
Hurry, please, hurry.
We've got to take it easy now, Doc. This driveway's in complete darkness.
Yes, you're right.
Can't see a thing. So, Doc, have you got any matches, Doc?
Yes. Wait a minute. I'll strike one.
Afraid it isn't much of a help. Doc, look. Dead cat.
What?
Yes.
It was shot to death.
Look. Here's another one that's been shot to death.
Oh, but neither of them is the black cat.
No. Match is out. Wait a minute. I'll light another one. Come on.
Doc, isn't that somebody lying over there?
Chris!
No, Miss Elliot. You stay with the judge while I look.
All right, Doctor. It would never have happened if I hadn't agreed to marry. I was afraid. So afraid.
Doc, is it Arnold?
Yes, it's him.
He's dead, isn't he? You can see it in your face.
Yes, Miss Elliot. He's dead.
Doc, I don't understand. What happened to him?
He's been clawed to bits, as if by hundreds of cats. His face has been torn to shreds, and his eyes...
mysterious traveler. Did you enjoy our trip? Too bad about Chris Arnold, wasn't it? Seems there just isn't any escape from a jealous woman, particularly when she's the queen of the cats. You know, strangely enough, at Chris Arnold's funeral, just as the coffin was being lowered into the grave, the mourners suddenly noticed a black cat with green eyes sitting on the edge of the grave, quietly licking its paws. That cat simply couldn't be driven off. Now, I recall another case in which two ghosts got together and decided, "Oh, you have to get off here. I'm sorry. But I'm sure we'll meet again. I take this same train every week at the same time."
You have just heard The Mysterious Traveler, a series of dramas of the strange and terrifying. All characters in tonight's story were fictitious, and any resemblance to the names of actual persons was purely coincidental. In tonight's cast were Maurice Topman, Carl Weber, Inga Adams, Mitzi Gould, John Seymour, and Brad Barker. Original music was played by Paul Taubman. The Mysterious Traveler is written, produced, and directed by Robert Andrew Arthur and David Kogan. Listen next week to a tale titled 0 Hour. Another strange and suspenseful tale of the mysterious traveler. This program came to you from New York. Another program of tense and dramatic action will follow in just a minute. Stay tuned to the station for Official Detective. Carl Caruso speaking. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
The Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and the terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, and it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and be comfortable, if you can, as you hear the story I call 0 Hour. Our story tonight begins in the large, luxurious office of Dr. William Jackson, the noted psychiatrist. Dr. Jackson, a tall, intelligent-looking man in his late 50s, is seated in a chair beside a fireplace reading a patient's case history. As he reads, the door to his office is quietly opened, and Keith Roberts, a slender, nervous man of 35, peers into the room.
Pardon me, Doctor. Oh, it's you, Mr. Roberts. Come in.
Thank you.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Doctor, I just couldn't stay in my room. I must talk to you. I simply must.
Now, won't tomorrow do?
No. It'll be too late then. It's got to be tonight.
I see. Well, here, take this chair by the fireplace.
Thank you. Doctor, I know you're my final hope. That if you don't find me sane, they'll put me away. This is my last chance. I must make you see that my story is true.
Are you sure it can't wait till tomorrow?
No. Every minute counts. Even now, time is running out.
You sound as though an overwhelming disaster were about to happen.
Yes, Doctor, that's just it. A disaster such as the world has never known is about to happen. It will affect every human being on Earth.
Suppose you start from the beginning and tell me everything.
From the beginning?
Yes.
Well, I suppose it all began that day 6 months ago in Philip Cromwell's office. Cromwell is the fellow who publishes my books. I'm a writer, you know.
Yes, I know.
Well, Cromwell told me that he had acquired the literary rights to the life of the world-famous scientist, Professor Dana Friedberg. And I was the man who would write the professor's biography. I think that day, Doctor, was the happiest in my life. I was to have the opportunity to talk to Professor Dana Friedberg every day and grow to know him intimately. He was a scientist and humanitarian who I, like countless thousands, had admired and respected for years. Well, it was with a certain feeling of excitement that I arrived at Ardmore, Pennsylvania, where the professor lived and taught. I registered at the inn and then phoned the professor's secretary for an appointment. Professor Friedberg lived in a small cottage, and as his housekeeper led me to his study, I could see the house was plainly furnished. The study itself was overflowing with books. They were everywhere, and there amidst the books sat the professor himself, white-haired, small, puffing on a pipe.
Come in, Mr. Roberts. Come in.
Thank you, Professor.
Here, let me remove the books from this chair so you can sit down. So, you are the young man who is going to write my biography?
Yes, sir. I want this book to do justice to your life, Professor, to make people realize what you've contributed to humanity.
Well, I might have contributed a great deal more if people only understood men of science.
How do you mean, sir?
Scientists work and think in terms of the future. Scientific research has always been handicapped by men who had no faith in the visions of science.
Well, don't you think, Professor, science has achieved so many miracles that people aren't as skeptical as they once were?
I wish I could agree. But believe me, Mr. Roberts, if I were to advance the theory that there is a civilization on Mars, many people would say that old Professor Friedberg is in his dotage.
Yes, I suppose you're right. You speak of a civilization on Mars. Do you have any theories on that, Professor?
No, none at all, my friend. But it is quite possible there is a civilization on Mars, one even more highly developed than our own.
Well, I find the idea quite intriguing.
We scientists here on Earth are planning atomic-powered ships. Ships that will be able to fly to other planets. Who knows, perhaps Mars or some other planet is far in advance of us scientifically. Perhaps we will wake up one morning to find that we have visitors from another planet.
Strange, isn't it? When we think of such things, it's always we who will fly to another planet. It never occurs to us that another planet may reach us first.
Exactly. And yet, who knows? At this very moment, a rocket ship or some other type may be on its way to Earth. Yes, my friend, things may be happening on other planets that we here on Earth cannot even comprehend. Yes, I have learned one important fact in this long life of mine. Anything is possible.
The days that followed went swiftly. And as the weeks slipped by and my notes on the professor accumulated, I knew that his was one of the great minds of all time. I was constantly astounded by his wide knowledge on a score of subjects. It was small wonder that famous people from all over the world came to see this remarkable man. It was almost with regret that 4 months later, I finished the biography and called upon the professor to say goodbye.
Oh, so you are returning to New York?
Yes, Professor.
I shall miss our daily talks, Keith. Yes, it had become a most pleasant habit.
I'll miss them, too. Professor, is anything wrong?
Wrong? What makes you ask?
Oh, come now, Professor. We've known each other for over 5 months. By this time, I can sense your every mood, and something seems to be worrying you.
Yes, Keith, something is. I don't know whether you read about it in the papers, but a week ago, there was a tremendous explosion in the wilds of Montana.
Yes, I recall the papers said it was a meteor.
Yes, that seemed the obvious answer. After all, a meteor crashing into Earth is not an uncommon event.
Are you trying to tell me it wasn't a meteor?
A government investigation was made at the site of the explosion. A huge piece of metal weighing several tons was found buried deep in the earth.
That certainly sounds like a meteor.
Yes, it does. But when the metal was dug up and examined, a very curious fact was revealed.
What was that?
The metal could not be identified. It was a new element, never before seen on Earth.
A new element?
Yes. Every conceivable test was made. It is a metal that is 1,000 times harder than steel, and yet it is lighter.
Well, what does Washington think?
They believe it to be a meteor, a type that never crashed onto Earth before.
And what do you believe, Professor?
I have a theory, Keith, which I have not told to anyone as yet. Do you recall our conversation the day we met?
Oh, yeah?
I mentioned at the time that it was quite conceivable that some other planet might have a much higher civilization than our own.
Yes, and you said it was possible that we might wake up some morning and discover that we had visitors from... Professor, you don't mean that the explosion...
Why not?
You think that explosion might have been a rocket ship from another planet that crashed into the Earth?
It is only a theory, but it is not beyond the realm of possibility.
If that is true, then it means this metal is wreckage.
Yes. Before passing on this theory to Washington, I should like to conduct a personal investigation.
You mean go to Montana, the site of the explosion?
Yes. Would you care to go with me?
I'd like to very much.
Good. Then I suggest we leave tomorrow without divulging our plans to anyone. We fly to Helena, Montana, hire a car there, and drive the rest of the way.
How much further do you think it is, Professor?
It should be just beyond that hill ahead.
Now, this certainly is desolate country. You could hardly call this a road.
Yes. That large ranch house we passed 20 miles back is the nearest dwelling to where the explosion occurred.
Well, we're coming to the top of the hill. Oh, there it is, Professor. Oh, say, that's quite a hole.
Yes. According to the report, it is 200 feet in diameter and 70 feet deep.
What an explosion that must have been.
I understand it was visible for 60 miles.
Well, just what are your plans, Professor?
Well, the hole has already been thoroughly examined by the government investigators. I suggest that we carefully search the ground for hundreds of yards around the hole. They may have overlooked something.
I see. Well, here we are, Professor.
Yes. Now we shall see if there is any substance to my theory.
Professor?
Yes?
Found anything yet?
No.
Oh, we've been searching for almost 2 days now. Do you think there's much point in looking any further?
Let us not give up yet, Chief.
But we're already a mile from the site of the explosion. It isn't likely that anything landed this far away.
I do not agree with you. An explosion that intense... Hello? What is this?
What's that you're digging up?
Seems like a piece of metal. It is so covered with dirt it is hard to tell. Keith, it is a small metal cylinder.
Yes, you're right.
And it is made of the same metal. Look. There are small grooves on the end of the cylinder. And symbols.
Symbols? Let me see. Yes. You're right.
There are 5 of them.
I've never seen symbols like these before.
Nor I. And I am familiar with 12 languages.
Professor, this means you're right. That explosion, it wasn't a meteor. It was the wreck of a rocket ship from another planet.
Yes, I am convinced of it now.
What's our next step, Professor?
We must get to Washington at once. This is a matter of the highest importance. This find we have made, it means a new era has begun for mankind. Perhaps you had better stop at that ranch house up ahead.
Why, Professor?
I will use their telephone and call Washington. I'll ask General Thompson of the War Department to put an Army plane at our disposal.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. There are probably several Army planes at Helena.
Yes, I am sure there are. The General can have us flown non-stop to Washington. We are coming to the private road that turns into the ranch house.
Yes, I see it.
How do you do, gentlemen? My name is Jason DeCoven. I'm owner of this ranch. I understand you wish to use my telephone.
Yes, if it is not too much trouble.
I'm very sorry, Professor Friedberg, but my phone is out of order.
I see you know me.
But of course, Professor. I've long been a great admirer of yours.
I am sorry your phone is not working. Come, Keith, we had better be going.
Oh, but, Professor, it's already dark. It's time for supper. Won't you join me? I'd be honored.
No, thank you. We really must be on our way.
Come now, Professor. Surely Washington can wait a few more hours.
What makes you think we're going to Washington?
My men were watching the two of you from a distance as you examined the site of the explosion. Naturally, I assume you're on your way to Washington with the results of your investigation. Tell me, Professor, did you find anything of interest?
Who are you?
I've already told you, Professor. My name is Jason DeCoven.
Your accent, I cannot see. Would you mind telling me your nationality?
Come now, Professor. As one of Earth's most brilliant scientists, surely you must have guessed by this time.
I see it all now. Yes, I see it all. Professor, what's this about? Who is this fellow? Chief, we have made a terrible blunder.
What do you mean?
That explosion was a rocket ship from another planet. But you and I mistakenly assumed it was the first.
You mean other landings have been attempted?
Yes.
But how do you know?
Standing before you is living proof that a successful flight has been made from another planet to this Earth.
You mean DeCoven?
Yes.
But he looks like you or I or anyone else.
Quite true. But nevertheless, he is not a creature of the Earth. From what planet are you, DeCoven?
I am from Mars, Professor.
Mars?
Yes, gentlemen. I can see you're overwhelmed by all this, and understandably. Might I suggest supper? And after we've had supper, I shall be glad to answer any questions you may wish to ask. It's a pity you gentlemen weren't in the proper frame of mind to enjoy this supper. My chef excelled himself tonight. I can see you're both impatiently waiting to ask questions. Please feel free to do so, gentlemen.
How long have you been on Earth, Mr. DeCoven?
I arrived in 1931.
1931?
Yes, 17 years ago. I arrived on the first atomic rocket ship.
Just how many flights have been made these past 17 years between Mars and Earth?
411. That explosion 10 days ago of one of our ships was our first mishap. Most unfortunate.
Those 411 flights you speak of were all the landings made here?
Yes, this is our main base. Our ships land here at night, dispose of passengers, and take off in a matter of 3 hours.
Passengers? Well, just how many men from Mars are there on Earth at this moment?
A little over 40,000.
40,000?
Yes. 7,000 are in the United States. The others are scattered all over the world.
For what purpose?
I believe in this country you call it a fifth colony.
In other words, you are preparing for an invasion?
Yes.
But why? Why?
We Martians, Professor, are but 200 years ahead of the Earth, scientifically speaking. The Council of Mars believes that if we don't conquer Earth now, someday Earth will conquer us. It is what you might term a preventive war.
You're actually going to invade us?
Yes, Mr. Hudson. We now have 40,000 agents in key positions all over the world. And our fleet of invasion ships are ready.
I take it then that we may expect the invasion momentarily.
Yes, to be exact, the Earth will be invaded on June 22nd at 8:30 p.m. New York time.
That's less than a month from now.
Yes.
And your plans are to wipe out the people on Earth?
Only if they resist. And that would be most foolhardy. Our fleet of 200 atomic ships carry weapons that will overwhelm you in a matter of minutes. As for our Martians, one is the equal of 10 Earthmen.
You don't seem to think very highly of us.
You misunderstand me. You see, we have advanced many ways scientifically. Not only do we live longer, but we Martians are 10 times as strong as you Earthmen.
You don't look it.
I shall prove it. Do you see that log by the fireplace?
Oh, yes.
Notice that the diameter of this log is almost 2 feet. Could any Earthman break this log in half with his bare hand?
Certainly not.
Watch.
Professor, did you see that? He shattered the log into splinters.
A very trivial feat. All the Martians are just as strong as I, some even stronger. You are very quiet, Professor.
I was thinking of the evening of June 22nd and the invasion.
Yes. Let us hope that no resistance will be offered. Well, gentlemen, now that you're my guests, I will show you to your room.
this way, Keith.
Professor, what are we going to do?
Speak softly, Keith. Your room may have a dictaphone.
Yes, you're right.
Somehow we must warn Washington of the forthcoming invasion. There is little that can be done to stop the Martians, but we must prepare.
Escape from here is impossible. Look out the window, Professor. That wire fence is charged with electricity. The grounds are all lit up with those floodlights, and there are guards everywhere.
Yes, this ranch is like a fortress. And yet we must escape, warn Washington.
I'm afraid it's hopeless, Professor.
Perhaps not.
Oh, what do you mean?
Keith, this ranch has its own power plant to generate electricity. Now, if I were to short-circuit the system, you might be able to escape in the darkness and confusion.
Yes, maybe I could.
Look, it is a 12-foot jump from the window to the ground. And then to the garage, it is 20 yards. Now, if you are fortunate, you will be able to start the car before anyone can stop you.
But, Professor, there's the gate. How will I get out?
It is 200 yards from the garage to the fence. If you get up enough speed, you ought to be able to crash through the gate.
Yes, you're right. But what about you, Professor? I don't want to leave you here.
Well, it cannot be helped, Keith. I am a little too old for running. You will have to make it alone.
All right, Professor. But the moment I reach the village, I'll notify the sheriff.
No, Keith, you must not do that. You heard what DeKoven said. He has Martian agents scattered all over the country. The sheriff may be one of them.
Yes, I hadn't thought of that.
Once you escape, DeKoven will leave no stone unturned to recapture you. You must get to Washington before he can stop you.
Who am I to see in Washington?
General Wadsworth, head of scientific research. Tell him exactly what happened and the date for the invasion.
All right.
Stand by the window while I create a short circuit. Now, the minute the lights go out, jump, Keith, and keep running.
Yes, Professor.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
There go the lights. Jump, Keith.
I jumped out of the window before the words were out of the professor's mouth. The moment I hit the ground, I started running. In a matter of seconds, I reached the garage and climbed into my car. Fortunately, there were no guards nearby. I started the motor, stepped on the gas, and the car roared out the garage. The car was doing 60 miles an hour as it crashed through the front gate and onto the main highway. Shots rang out as I crouched low in the driver's seat. A half hour later, I reached a small town and succeeded in hiring a pilot and a private plane. As we took off, a car came racing across the airfield, trying unsuccessfully to prevent the takeoff. 15 hours later, I was in Washington, telling my story to General Wadsworth.
And you say, Mr. Roberts, you escaped from the ranch in Montana last night?
Yes, General, and Professor Friedberg is still there, a prisoner of this Martian agent DeKoven. We must rescue him, General, we must.
Now, please don't excite yourself, Mr. Roberts. I've sent for a doctor, and he'll be here any minute. He'll give you something to calm your nerves.
You mean you don't believe me? You think I imagined everything?
You've probably been working too hard, and as a result...
But I tell you, it's the truth, every word of it. The professor is a prisoner of this Martian agent DeKoven. Why won't you believe me?
Here's today's newspaper. If you look at this story on the front page, you'll note that Professor Friedberg is dead.
Dead?
He was found dead in his bed at Ardmore, Pennsylvania this morning. And furthermore, a medical examination revealed he's been dead 48 hours. Heart attack.
But that's impossible. The professor was with me last night in Montana. Just 16 hours ago.
Please, Mr. Roberts, get hold of yourself. It's all here in the paper, just as I've told you.
Well, wait a minute. Now I'm beginning to see what happened.
Please, Mr. Roberts.
DeKoven murdered the professor with a drug. A drug that made it appear as if he'd died of a heart attack. Yes, that must be it.
But you said you'd seen the professor only 16 hours ago. Yet the medical examiner said he'd been dead 48 hours.
DeKoven's behind that. Somehow DeKoven has made it appear that the professor has been dead 48 hours to discredit my story. And after he murdered the professor, he had the body flown to the professor's home. Don't you see, General? DeKoven wants you to think I'm insane to prevent you from believing my story. Now, you must listen to me. The Martian invasion is scheduled for June 20th.
There you are at last, Doctor. I'm afraid Mr. Roberts here is very badly in need of your services. See what you can do, won't you, Doctor?
That was several weeks ago, Doctor. And ever since that day I told General Wadsworth my story, I've been confined to this institution. One doctor after another has examined me, but they're all a pack of fools. None of them believe me. Dr. Williams. You're my last hope, I know that. If you don't help me, then there's no one else I can turn to.
I'll do anything I can for you, Mr. Roberts.
Then don't let them put me away. I know my story sounds fantastic, but it's true. You must believe me.
I do believe you, Mr. Roberts.
You do?
Yes. There are one or two things in your story I'd like to check.
Of course, Doctor. Of course. I knew you'd see I was telling the truth.
To begin with, you say this Martian, DeKoven, was it?
Yes, Jason DeKoven.
Yes, you say this fellow DeKoven picked up a log that was 2 feet in diameter and crushed it in his hand.
Yes, Doctor. He splintered that thick log into 100 pieces.
Oh, that's incredible. Would you say the log was as thick as this one by my fireplace?
Yes, just about the same size. So, Doctor, why are you picking the log up?
I just want to show you something.
You splintered the log into small pieces. Just as DeKoven did. You're one of them. A Martian.
Yes, Mr. Roberts.
DeKoven said they were scattered all over the world. In key positions.
Quite true. We've been watching you with great amusement these past weeks. We knew your story would never be believed, not after DeKoven's clever disposal of Professor Friedberg.
What are you going to do with me? Declare me insane and confine me to this institution?
Oh, no, Mr. Roberts. You're perfectly free to leave at any time.
I'm free? To go?
Yes, any time you desire.
Aren't you afraid that someone in Washington might believe me?
No, Mr. Roberts. You no longer present a problem. I believe you said the invasion was scheduled to occur on June 22nd at 8:30 p.m. New York time. Is that correct?
Yes.
In other words, tonight.
Tonight?
Yes. Didn't you know it's June 22nd?
I've lost the time.
See by my watch, it's exactly 8:28. According to your story, the invasion should start in just 2 minutes.
Yes.
I'll open a window so we can see the skies. Yes. There's the Martian invasion fleet coming into the stratosphere. Mr. Roberts, I do believe your story. It is now 0 hour. The invasion has begun.
Mysterious traveler. Did you enjoy our trip? What's that? You don't like the idea of the Martians conquering the Earth? I wouldn't worry too much about Keith Roberts' story. After all, tonight is June 22nd, and it is 8:30. But I don't see any Martians around. Do you? I'm afraid poor Mr. Roberts imagined the story he told Dr. Williams. And when Dr. Williams told him it was a delusion, Roberts felt he was being persecuted and accused Dr. Williams of being a Martian agent. Now, I recall another young man who insisted that he... Oh, you have to get off here. I'm sorry. But I'm sure we'll meet again. I take this same train every week at this same time.
The Mutual Broadcasting System presents The Mysterious Traveler. Written, produced, and directed by Robert A. Arthur and David Kogan, and starring tonight 2 stars of stage and radio, Wendell Holmes and Roger DeKoven, in an original radio drama titled The Man Who Vanished.
This is the Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and the terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip that it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and be comfortable, if you can, as you hear the story I call The Man Who Vanished. Our story begins in a small, white-walled hospital room. Charles Ordway, a man of 45, has just awakened. He looks about him in puzzlement. Then memory returns to him, and he begins to call frantically.
Doctor! Doctor, nurse! Where are you? I must speak to the doctor!
Yes, Mr. Ordway, what is it?
Are you the doctor?
No, sir, I'm only the attendant. Mr. Dr. Harvey?
Yes, I must. It's a matter of life and death.
Okay, Mr. Ordway, okay. Dr. Harvey, 402, please. He's coming now.
Thank you. Tell me what day is this? It's Friday, isn't it? It must be Friday.
Sure. It's Friday, Mr. Ordway. Here's Dr. Harvey.
Good morning, Mr. Ordway. You wanted to speak to me?
Yes, doctor, but tell me quickly, what time is it?
It's just 10 minutes past 10, Mr. Ordway.
Oh, thank heavens, my brother John isn't dead. There's still time to save him.
Your brother?
Yes, doctor, when I woke up, I didn't know how long it was since I was brought here to the hospital and drugged into silence, but I don't suppose they told you about John.
No, I'm afraid they didn't.
Well, then I'll tell you. I'll make you believe me. John's safe for several hours yet, so I can tell you the whole story. The story they wouldn't give me a chance to tell.
Yes, go right ahead, Mr. Ordway. I'll just sit here and make myself comfortable.
Well, I'll try to tell it calmly, Doctor. I don't want you to think I'm hysterical. First of all, you have to understand that my brother John is a freak of nature.
A freak?
Yes. He's perfectly healthy and highly intelligent, but he was born without any natural coloring at all. His eyes are pink. His skin is a chalk white. His hair is like bleached flax. His eyebrows and lashes are practically invisible.
It's a most unusual condition, but it happens once in a while. It's called albinism.
Well, it's a hideous condition for an intelligent, sensitive man. John's boyhood was a torture for him until our father took us both out of school and had us tutored to spare John the misery of being considered a freak of nature by the other children.
Yes, I understand, Mr. Ordway. Please, go on.
Well, as we grew up, John's chief interest was science. So I studied it, too. Our father had a complete laboratory built in our home. After his death, we continued to live there together, working on experimental research.
Along what lines, Mr. Ordway?
Well, our efforts were centered on discovering a cure for John's condition. To achieve that, we worked hopefully for years, but we always failed. My brother remained outwardly calm, but inwardly he began to brood. Then, one evening, he came into my room.
Charles.
Oh, yes, John. Finished in the lab?
In a way, Charles. I have something to show you.
Show me? You mean you found a cure?
Not exactly. Look at this wire cage. Examine the white rat I have in it.
White rat? Good heavens.
This morning, that was an ordinary white rat. But now, look at it.
It's like a rat made out of glass. It's almost transparent.
It is transparent. You can see completely through it.
Oh, John, this is amazing.
This is what I've been working on these last months, Charles. I've been developing a serum that would alter living tissues to make them transparent.
I wouldn't have believed it possible.
I don't see why not. Nature does it all the time. She makes jellyfish that are quite transparent.
Well, yes, of course. I didn't think.
But this is only the first step. My next step is to develop the serum further, to make living tissues invisible.
Invisible?
You look skeptical, my dear Charles. But look at this rat. He's half invisible already. In a dim light, he'd vanish.
Yes, that's true, but...
The basic principle is perfectly natural, Charles. It's only a matter of refining it. And then, Charles, well, take a freak like myself. So colorless, he's already well started toward invisibility. I'll find out what it's like to be completely unseen. Someday soon, Charles, I'm going to have a real surprise for you.
That was my first introduction to John's experiments. After that, for many weeks, he worked in secret. Then one morning he called me into the laboratory and showed me a cage that seemed to be empty, but there was something scurrying about it, a rat. An invisible rat. To the touch, it was warm and furry, filled with life. But to the eye, if the light was not too bright, it was nothing.
Well, Charles, convinced now?
Yes, I'm convinced. You succeeded, John.
Not quite. I haven't made myself invisible yet.
You're not going to try your serum on yourself.
Of course I am. Listen, Charles. Always I've been considered a freak. Now I'm going to turn the tables. I'll mingle with people and I'll laugh at them. I'll be their superior, able to come and go without their knowledge. Able to control their very destinies, if I wish.
John, that's madness.
On the contrary, it's scientific fact. You'll see, because you're going to help me.
No, I refuse.
You're not going to let me down, your own brother.
Of course, John.
I knew I can get your help. Here's a hypodermic for the serum. All I want you to do is to inject it into my arm. And watch the result.
I tried to refuse, but John wouldn't let me. At last, I gave in. I injected the colorless serum into his veins. At first, nothing happened. As we waited, he removed his garments, for, of course, the serum could only affect his living tissues. Finally, the change came. His skin became paler and paler, until suddenly I realized I was looking not at it, but through it. After that, the change was rapid. His body seemed to fade away before my eyes into nothingness.
Well, Charles, what do you say now?
Oh, John, this frightens me.
Why, sure did. I feel fine. In fact, I feel so good I'm going to take a little jaunt downtown to see how the world looks to a man who's invisible.
No, you mustn't.
And why not, Charles?
Well, you aren't ready for it yet. There may be after effects, reactions you aren't prepared for.
Ah, nonsense. There's only one thing to be careful of. The tissues must return to normal within 24 hours. If the neutralizing serum isn't injected before then, death occurs. Otherwise, it's perfectly safe. So I insist, Charles, that I'm going on a little invisible sightseeing tour tonight, and you're going to conduct me.
Again, I tried to say no, but John was insistent. At last, I gave in. His was always the stronger will. We took the car, and I drove downtown. He sat beside me, unseen as the very air, laughing to himself. John, let's turn back now.
Turn back, I should say not. Drive to Main Street and park around the corner from the Watson Jewelry Store. The one where our old schoolboy companion, Harry Watson, works for his father.
Well, why, John?
Because I'm going to try an interesting little experiment. That's why.
John was in a strange mood, and I obeyed his orders with misgivings. I parked the car as he directed. We got out and stood on the sidewalk, with the evening crowd drifting past us, completely unaware of John at my side. Suddenly, John spoke.
Now's the time, Charles. There's nobody in the store but Harry Watson himself. Come on, we're going in. Ask Harry to show you some stopwatches. Keep him occupied, and don't worry about me.
Well, what are you going to do?
Never mind. Just do as I say. Whatever happens, pretend not to notice. Come on. Open the door.
Oh, hello, Charles. Can I help you?
Well, I'd like to look at a stopwatch, Harry.
Stopwatch? Of course. They're over here. Here's a beauty, Charles. This Swiss chronograph is timed to 1/100th of a second.
I'm afraid it'd be too expensive.
Huh? Well, perhaps you'd like this one. It's American made, and it... What was that?
What was what?
I heard a noise in the back of the store.
I didn't hear anything.
There it is again. There's someone back there.
But there can't be. There's nothing in sight.
Well, just the same, I think there's someone back there. Excuse me. I was putting away some valuable diamonds when you come in, and I've got to see about them.
He hurried back into the shadowy rear of the store. I held my breath. He should bump into John. Then I heard Watson cry out.
I've got you, thief. No, you're not going to get away. What are you doing? Help! Charles, help me! Help!
John! John, what's happened?
Come on, quickly. We have to get out of here.
Well, what happened?
The fool bumped into me in the shadows. He was so excited he didn't even realize he couldn't see me. I used a paper knife I picked up and taught him a little lesson.
He's not dead.
Come on, we got to get out of here. Someone may have hurt him.
We got out of the store and to the car. As I drove home, John refused to answer any of my frantic questions. When we reached the house, he hurried me into the laboratory.
You got to give me the neutralizer or make me visible again, Charles.
John!
No questions. Here we are. Here's the hypodermic. You've got to inject it. Here's the mark from the previous injection. Now go ahead.
I pressed the plunger. The drug flowed into his blood. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, like a man materializing out of nothingness, he grew visible. A misty figure that took on solidity until it was a man. John gave a little gasp of weariness and pushed me out of the room.
Now go on, Charles. You get to bed. I need some sleep. This stuff seems to drain away my energy. We'll talk in the morning. Pleasant dreams.
The next morning, I was having breakfast when John finally appeared.
Good morning, Charles. Sleep well?
John, look at this newspaper.
Anything in it?
Yes, there's something in it. Look at these headlines.
I see. Local jeweler killed, store up, $50,000 worth of diamonds missing. Huh.
You killed Harry last night.
Yeah, so it seems. Pour me some coffee, will you?
John, I don't understand you. You've killed a man and you act as if it amounted no more than swatting a fly.
Well, does it?
Of course it does.
I can't feel that way about it. When we were small boys, you'll remember that Harry Watson was one of my chief tormentors.
Yes.
I've always planned to pay him back. Last night I decided to play a little joke on him.
Murder is hardly a joke.
I didn't intend to kill the fool. I just meant to make away with one or two of his father's diamonds. After Harry had had a chance to explain their disappearance, I was going to mail them back.
Yes, the diamonds. The paper says $50,000 worth of missing.
Oh, probably an exaggeration. However, put your hand into your left coat pocket, Charles.
What pocket? What? A dozen loose diamonds here.
Yes, I put them there last night. I couldn't very well carry them myself.
We must send them back at once.
Well, I'm afraid that might involve us somehow. No, we'll have to keep them.
John, what's happened to you? Overnight you've become a monster, able to dismiss the worst of crimes with a shrug.
Please understand this, Charles. For years I was an object of curiosity. I even had offers to appear in sideshows. Now the tables are turned. I can walk among men, unseen, invisible. That gives me a power that is very sweet to me. I haven't decided yet how I shall use it. But in any case, I won't have you interfering. Is that clear, Charles?
With that, John retired to his laboratory and remained there alone the rest of the day. It wasn't until after dark that he emerged to find me staring with horror at the evening paper.
Oh, Charles, what does the paper say? It made you look so pale.
The police found your fingerprints on the knife that killed Harry Watson.
What? Let me see it.
Here.
The police investigating the murder last night of Harry Watson, local jeweler's son, state they are trying to trace down fingerprints found on the paper knife used as the death weapon. They also admit they have discovered further evidence which they hope may bring about an early arrest.
They may be here any minute.
Ah, nonsense. Even if I did leave a print, how can they trace it to me? Talk of an early arrest is just bluff. And besides,
that may be the police now. If it is, what do we do?
Oh, it can't be. But if it is, let them in. Let me do the talking.
All right. Yes, what is it?
Mr. Charles Ordway?
Yes, I'm Charles Ordway.
I'm Inspector Long of the Homicide Squad. I'd like to ask you some questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, no, not at all. Come in. We can talk in the living room.
What is it, Charles?
John, this is Inspector Long. He says he wants to ask me some questions.
Really? What in the world about?
I don't know. I confess, Inspector, I can't imagine
I want to ask you what you can tell me about the death of Harry Watson.
Watson the jeweler? The one we were reading about in the paper?
That's the one. Your brother was seen leaving the jewelry store a few minutes before Watson's body was found. someone recognized him.
Why, that's true, Inspector. Charles dropped in last night to buy a watch for me. But he didn't find quite what I wanted.
I'd rather hear him tell it.
Well, that's all there is to it. I looked at the watches and then left. Watson was all right when I left.
I see. There's no one else in the store?
No one I could see. I'm sorry, I can't tell you more.
I'm sorry, too. Well, just for the sake of helping us, would you be willing to let me take your fingerprints?
Well, of course you don't mind, Charles. You're thinking of the prints the paper says were found on the death weapon, aren't you, Inspector?
Frankly, yes.
Well, they aren't, Charles. I can assure you.
It's just a check. Hey, Mr. Ordway, if you'll just press your fingerprints against this delicate plate I have in this envelope. That's fine. Thank you.
You wouldn't want mine, too, I suppose?
Well, if you'd like to add yours to your brother's.
Well, I was just joking. By the way, Inspector, how do you go about tracing down unknown fingerprints such as those of this killer?
Well, this is one way, and excuse me, cigarette?
Okay.
Yeah, you're asking how we check fingerprints. Well, we have several methods. The FBI records, the Army and Navy records, and the one source few people know about.
What's that?
Hospital birth records. For a number of years now, they've recorded the footprints and fingerprints of every baby born in this city. In the morning, we'll start checking these records as far back as they go.
Well, that's very interesting. Well, sorry, Inspector, we couldn't be more helpful.
It's all in the game. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, Inspector.
Now, don't bother to show me up.
Did you hear that? They're going to start checking fingerprints on hospital birth records. And our prints were among the first ever to be recorded in this town. Father insisted.
Perhaps they'll overlook yours.
I can't risk it. But I'll stop them. I'll stop them somehow.
Without explaining, he hurried into the laboratory. 10 minutes later, he emerged, dressed to go out. His hat pulled well down over his face. And his face...
What is it? Why are you goggling at me?
Your face? I can't see it, or your hands either.
Of course not. I took an injection of transparency serum. Now, I'm going to drive downtown, Charles. With this coat and hat on, I'll look like an ordinary driver to anyone who sees the car. When I get where I'm going, I'll take off these garments and leave them in the car. Then no one on Earth will be able to see me.
But where are you going?
To police headquarters.
With that, John left. I heard him drive off. And then I could do nothing but wait. The hours crawled slowly past, and I grew more and more nervous. The clock was striking 11 when I heard John's key in the door at last. John, is that you?
Yes, Charles, come here. I need you.
What is it? What's happened?
It's my ankle. I think it's broken.
Here, lean on me. I'll help you into the living room.
Yeah.
Oh, careful. Oh, John, your coat's all bloody.
Yes, they shot at me. Nicked my side. It's not serious, Charles. Here, let me sit down.
Shall I call a doctor?
No. We'll tend to the bullet scratch in the ankle ourselves. It's a reasonable price to pay, considering that Inspector Long is dead.
Dead?
Yes, he fell from the window of his office on the 6th floor of police headquarters, while apparently quite alone in the room.
And you killed him, too?
Of course I did. I had to. Luckily, he had the paper knife there in his office. I was able to wipe all my prints off it. I found the photographs of the prints in his desk, too. I tore those up and I burned them.
How'd you get hurt?
I tried to slip out of the building again during the confusion that followed Inspector Long's accident. I'd reached the first floor when a clumsy cop bumped into me in a dark hall. He yelled and grabbed at me. I had to duck through a door and lock it. I got the window up and was just climbing out when he fired to the door. The bullet nicked me. I lost my balance. When I picked myself up off the ground, my ankle was broken. But I hobbled to the car somehow, and, well, here I am.
John, what are we going to do?
Just sit tight, that's all. The evidence is destroyed. Inspector Long is gone. We're perfectly safe.
But suppose they have some other clue.
Nonsense. I've taken care of everything, you hear? What is it, Charles?
The car just stopped in front of the house.
Car? See who it is.
Yes. The police car.
Oh, we gotta act fast. They mustn't find me like this.
What can you do?
First, I've got to get these clothes off. I haven't time to take my neutralizing serum now. I'll just have to hide. They'll not find me if they can't see.
Oh, John, you're ill.
I feel weak. It's a loss of blood. It's nothing serious, Charles. But I may faint. If if I do.
Yes, John?
Hide my clothes in the kitchen hamper. Then carry me down to the cellar. Put me in the empty storage room. Lay me on the Excelsior there. Now, if they look in, they'll see it's empty. They won't go stumbling around. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear. But, John... He fainted in my arms. I had no time to think. Swiftly, I did as he instructed. I carried him down to the small storage room in the cellar, placed him on some Excelsior in a corner, and hurried back upstairs. Already the police were pounding on the door. I jammed John's bloody clothes into the kitchen hamper, and then I hurried to the door. Yes, what is it?
The police, Mr. Ordway. We're coming in. Bill, Joe, come on.
Yes, Captain.
The rest of you watch the house and see that no one leaves.
Well, what is the meaning of this? I demand an explanation.
And you'll get it. Now, where can we talk? In here? Good. All right, please sit down, Mr. Ordway. I'm Detective Captain Belden. My chief, Inspector Long, was here earlier.
Yes, I know, and I answered all his questions then.
Well, now I'm asking more questions. Long's dead.
Inspector Long dead? But even so,
Listen,
why?
Ordway. Long smelled a rottenness set up someplace, and earlier tonight, when he got your fingerprints, he also got your brother's.
But he didn't.
He got them on his cigarette case when your brother took a cigarette. It's an old trick. After he died tonight, we found the case in his pocket, carefully wrapped.
Well, what of it?
In some mysterious way, all the pictures of the murder prints we took off the paper knife that killed Watson had vanished. But we had the negatives. We made new prints and discovered they checked with your brother's prints on Long's cigarette case. Ordway, your brother killed Harry Watson last night.
That's completely ridiculous.
Is it? Okay, we'll see. Where's your brother now?
Why, he's not here. He went away on trip.
Hiding, huh? Bill, Joe?
Yes,
Search the house from cellar to attic. Don't miss a thing.
Right here, Captain. Come on, Joe.
Half an hour later, I knew that further concealment was impossible. The police had not found John, but they had found the blood-stained clothes he had discarded. And in my desk, they had found the diamonds which John had stolen. I knew then I must tell the truth.
Well, Ordway, ready to talk yet?
Yes, I'm ready to talk, Captain. My brother did kill Watson.
Okay. Where is he now?
He's hiding down in the cellar.
Captain, that's the monarchy. We looked in the cellar. He ain't there.
Of course you didn't see him. He's invisible.
He's what?
He's invisible, I said.
You say your brother is invisible?
Yes, that's why they couldn't see him.
Ordway, you know what I think? I think you killed your brother in a quarrel over these diamonds and buried his body in the yard someplace. That's how these clothes of his got bloody, isn't it? Come on, admit it.
No, my brother was wounded by a bullet after he killed Inspector Long. That's how his clothes got bloody.
Yeah, I suppose he was invisible when he killed Long, too. That's why nobody saw him, huh?
Yes. Don't you understand? He's discovered how to render his body tissues transparent. He's hiding down in the cellar now, invisible.
He's nutty as a fruitcake.
Shut up, Bill. Ordway, your brother is down in the cellar now.
Yes, he is. He fainted, and I carried him down there.
And just which room is he in?
The little storage room at the foot of the stairs, the one at the metal door.
How about it, boys? Did you look there?
Sure we did, Captain. We looked in there twice. There ain't a thing in that room but a little Excelsior.
Right, we both looked. That room is as empty as a busted piggy bank.
You see, Mr. Ordway, if he'd been there, my men would have found him.
But he's there. They didn't see him because he took the serum. He made himself invisible.
All right, Mr. Ordway. Just calm yourself. Now, listen, my men say the room is empty.
Yeah, except maybe for rats. We heard a couple stirring in the Excelsior, so we bolted the door after we looked in. Figured we might as well keep the rats inside.
You bolted the door? No, you mustn't. Captain, we've got to let John out. If he's not let out, he'll die.
I've met plenty of whacks, but this is a new one.
Yep, he's got it bad.
Ordway, I'm afraid you'll have to come with us. Now, will you come quietly or I have to put the handcuffs
No,
on?
you can't take me away. I have to let John out of that room. If he doesn't get an injection of the neutralizing serum inside 24 hours, he'll die.
Sorry, Mr. Ordway, but come on, boys. Give me a hand. Got to get him to the psychopathic
No.
fast.
No, you got to believe me. You got to let go of me. No, no, no. That's the whole story, Doctor. They wouldn't believe us. They brought me here to the hospital charged with John's murder. Though I kept trying to tell them he was alive, they gave me a narcotic. But he is alive. He's locked in that room in the cellar. And if he isn't let out soon, he'll die.
24 hours is the limit, but there's still time to get to him.
Yes, I understand, Mr. Ordway. I'll see to it that he's released at once.
You mean to talk? Do you believe me?
Yes, of course. Attendant.
Call me, Doctor.
Yes, go get my car ready, will you? We're going to Mr. Ordway's home at once to release his brother.
Yes, sir. Right away, Doctor.
Oh, thank heaven you believe me, Doctor. You'll be in time to save John. You'll find the serum he'll need to bring it back to normal in a green bottle in the laboratory.
I'll take care of him. Now, you go back to sleep now, Mr. Ordway.
Yes, I will. I can sleep now. I can sleep.
How is he now, Doctor?
Yeah, he's quiet now. He'll be all right.
You know, Doctor, sometimes I can't help thinking.
Yes, Jensen?
You know, he's locked up here at State Hospital for bumping off his brother. Eventually, they found his brother's dead body locked in a little room in the cellar. But I can't help wondering what the cops would have found if anybody had taken Mr. Ordway serious that night he was brought here 10 years ago.
This is the mysterious traveler. So John could make himself invisible, could he? But unfortunately, he did too good a job of it. For he hasn't been seen around for a long, long time. That's the trouble with having unusual powers. Sometimes they get you into unusual difficulties. Speaking of difficulties, Oh, you'll have to get off here. I'm sorry. But I'm sure we'll meet again. I take this same train every week at this same time.
You have just heard The Mysterious Traveler, a series of dramas of the strange and terrifying. All characters in tonight's story were fictitious, and any resemblance to the names of actual persons was purely coincidental. In tonight's cast were Maurice Topman, Wendell Holmes, Roger DeCoban, Art Carney, and Richard Coogan. The Mutual Broadcasting System presents The Mysterious Traveler, written, produced, and directed by Robert A. Arthur and David Cogan, and starring tonight two of radio's foremost personalities, Adelaide Klein and Mason Adams, in an original radio drama titled The Visiting Corpse.
This is The Mysterious Traveler, inviting you to join me on another journey into the realm of the strange and the terrifying. I hope you will enjoy the trip, that it will thrill you a little and chill you a little. So settle back, get a good grip on your nerves, and be comfortable, if you can, as we meet the visiting corpse. Our story begins late one night in the modest suburban home of Albert Jordan. Albert, a mild-looking man in his early 30s, is tossing restlessly in his sleep. Now and then he moans and speaks as if having a nightmare.
No, leave me alone. I don't want to hear anymore. Leave me alone.
Can't pull the wool over my eyes, Albert Jordan.
No.
I'm under your way. Think my only child was foolish enough to elope with you. Poor Louise. There were so many men eager to marry her, and she had to be tricked into marriage by you.
Oh, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Darling, wake up.
What? Oh, Louise.
You're having a nightmare, dear. You don't want to wake Mother up. She needs a good night's sleep for a trip home tomorrow.
Yes, the trip. We mustn't let her miss her train. We mustn't, do you hear?
Albert, whatever in the world is wrong with you?
Nothing. Only I wish it were already tomorrow and she were gone.
You sure you have everything, Mother?
Yes, Louise, dear. Everything I need for my trip home is in this handbag. Now, don't forget to ship my trunk.
Now, the express man will be here to pick it up this morning, Mother.
Thank you, darling.
It's almost 9 o'clock, Mother. You'll miss your train.
I have never missed a train in my life. You needn't be so anxious to get rid of me, Albert. Oh, Louise, darling, I do hate leaving you alone like this.
Really, Mother? I'll be all right.
Very well, then, if you say so, I'll go. But I'll be writing to you every day. And if he abuses you, just let me know. Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye, Mother, and take care of yourself.
And don't forget, Louise. Mother will come back if you need her.
Yes, Mother. Goodbye.
Louise, if your mother pays us just one more visit, I'll leave this house and I'll never come back.
But, darling, it's only natural that Mother should want to visit me. I'm the only one she has in the world.
Yes, but she doesn't just visit us. She lives with us. In the past year, she spent 8 months with us. She has her clothes here, a key to the house. Well, she's even listed in the phone book under our numbers.
Please, Albert, she's gone now. Let's not quarrel.
Yeah, she's gone now, but in 2 or 3 weeks, you can be sure she'll come back to spend a few months with us. I'm warning you, Louise. I won't be responsible for what happens if she keeps coming back. Now, let me see. Send off the trunk. Well, that's one job I can enjoy doing. Mrs. Heather Roden, 125 River Road, Ferndale, Pennsylvania.
Oh, that won't be necessary, Albert.
What?
My trunk can remain here.
Mother, but you want to catch your train.
I've changed my mind about going. I won't leave my little girl alone. I'm sure she needs me. Where is Louise?
She went downtown.
Oh.
So you've come back again.
You've always wanted to get rid of me, haven't you, Albert? To keep me away from my only child. But I refuse to give her up. I've come back and I'm staying for good.
You're what?
Yes, and then I'll be sure that Louise is being well treated. Frankly, I don't trust you.
You don't trust me?
No. Why, I don't even know your background. You were a complete stranger when you forced poor Louise to elope with you a year ago. And for all I know, you may have criminal tendencies.
There's a certain amount of the criminal in all of us. Most people can control their worst instincts. But some can't.
Exactly. And I'm here to see to it that no one harms Louise.
But who's going to look out for you, Mother?
Albert, why are you looking at me so queerly? Are you sick?
Yes, Mother, I'm sick. Sick of the sight of you.
No, Albert, you must control yourself. I want you to go to your room at once and lie down.
No, you had to keep coming back, Mother, and keep giving me orders.
Albert, stop looking at me that way. What? You seem like another person.
I am, Mother. You wouldn't let what was decent in me live, and now you must take the consequences.
Albert, stay away from me. Don't you dare come near me.
You would keep coming back, Mother, when you came back just once too often. You should have taken that train, Mother. But at least now I know you won't be coming back. You won't come back ever again. You won't. You won't. I didn't want to kill you, but you made me. I've got to get rid of her. The attachment. The trunk. Yes, it's large enough. The key is here in her handbag. Even in death, you're a problem, Mother, but you won't be for long. There. Now I'll just pack this clothing around you tightly. That does it. Now I'll have to get rid of the trunk.
Albert, are you home?
Louise, the trunk, I've got to get it closed.
That's you, Albert?
Yes, dear.
Oh, I see you're locking the trunk.
Yes, I was getting it ready for the express man.
It should be here now. Albert, is anything wrong?
What do you mean, Louise?
I don't know. Your face is so flushed.
It's Just a little warning here, that's all.
Look, we forgot to pack Mother's robe. I know she'll want it. I'm afraid you'll have to open the trunk again, Albert.
No. I mean, the trunk is full already. We couldn't get anything else in it.
Nonsense. When Mother and I packed, it was only half full. Please open it.
But it's locked, and your mother has the keys.
Oh, yes, you're right. Well, we'll just have to mail the robe to her. I'll answer the door. It must be the expressman. Make sure the tags are on it, dear.
Tags? I can't go to her home. Only I had time to think. Wait. Yes, that's the only thing to do. I'll make out new tags.
The expressman's backing his truck up the door, Albert. Have you got the tags already?
I'm just finishing them. Yeah. All right, dear.
Well, let me see if you have the address right. Sometimes you're so forgetful.
Now, Louise, you needn't bother. Of course the tags are made out right now. Stand aside. I'll carry the trunk to the door.
Well, let the expressman do it, Albert. That's what he's being paid for. And I really do want to check the address on the tag.
Now, Louise.
Oh, please, Albert. I'm just playing safe. What? These tags are addressed to Mrs. William Smith, 345 Wood Street, Las Vegas.
They are?
They certainly are. What were you thinking of?
I don't know, Louise. But I'll change them. You just go on and let me tend to it.
Indeed, I will not. You let the expressman in, and I'll tend to the tag. If I left it to you, Mother's trunk would probably go heaven knows where and never be found again. Albert, I'm really worried.
Worried, Louise?
It's a week now, and no word from Mother. She said she'd write every day.
Nah, dear, maybe she's been too busy to write.
She's busy? You know Mother doesn't do anything. No, there's something wrong. I feel
But
it.
you mustn't worry, Louise. I'm sure that she's all right. Oh, I'll answer.
I'll come with you. Maybe it's a special delivery letter from Mother.
Good morning. I got a trunk for you, folks. Thanks, Mother's trunk.
What is it?
You've always wanted to get rid of me, Albert, to keep me away from my only child. But I refuse to give her up. I've come back, Albert, and I'm staying for good.
No.
What'd you say, Albert?
Hey? Nothing. Lady, the trunk.
Oh, bring it in, won't you, please?
Okay. There you are.
I don't understand. Why should Mother send her trunk back to us?
Would you mind signing for Mr. Jordan? Yes, all right. Here you are. Thanks. Bye.
Albert, I can't understand why Mother shipped her trunk back to us, and without even writing a word about it. Well, I'm going to put an end to this guessing.
What are you going to do?
I'm calling Mother. Hello, operator. I want to put through a call to Ferndale, Pennsylvania. The number's 223. Yes, that's right. My number's Riverdale 7745. Thank you.
Why bother phoning, Louise? I'm sure there's a letter on the way.
I've waited long enough for one. Albert, why do you keep staring at the trunk so?
What? Oh, was I?
What's wrong with you, Albert? This past week you've been so jumpy. Oh, hello? Hello, Sarah. This is Louise calling. How are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Is my mother there? What? Are you sure? So that's why you shipped the trunk back? No, thank you, Sarah. Albert, Sarah says that Mother never arrived home. She hasn't been there this past week.
Was Sarah the one who shipped the trunk back?
Yes. She thought Mother decided to stay with us longer and need her clothes. Albert, where can she be?
Oh, Louise, I'm sure that she's all right.
All right. She's been missing a week. How could she be? I'm going to call the police. Oh, Albert, where can she be? 24 hours have gone by and the police still haven't found her.
Oh, no, dear. It takes time. You must have patience. They're doing everything they can.
Suppose she's dead.
You mustn't talk like that. Nothing is known yet. Why do you keep staring at the trunk?
I don't know.
Darling, it just upsets you to see the trunk. It keeps reminding you of your mother. I'd better put it in storage.
All right, Albert. Do as you please.
Now you're being sensible, dear. I'll take good care of Mother's trunk. That very afternoon, Albert took the trunk to the express office. He shifted away again, this time to a non-existent address in California. He also gave a false return address, so he was quite sure it would never come back to bother him again. Look, darling, I brought you some flowers. Here's a little present.
Thank you, Albert. Very nice.
Louise, your mother has been missing 5 weeks now. You can't go on this way. You'll have a nervous breakdown.
Albert, where can she be? Why can't the police find her?
Darling, if she hasn't been found in 5 weeks, I'm afraid there's no hope. Louise, you must resign yourself to her loss. Oh, I'll answer it, dear. You just sit here and rest.
All right, Albert.
Yes?
Good evening. I've got something here which I believe belongs to you.
Belongs to me?
Yes, a trunk.
Trunk?
Yes. Ever since it came into the depot a couple of days ago, I've been trying to locate the owner, and I've been having quite a time of it. Did a little checking and figured out it might be yours.
You've always wanted to get rid of me, Albert, to keep me away from my only child, but I refuse to give her up. I've come back, Albert.
Do you recognize it?
No. Don't you know where the trunk goes?
Well, no. It's come all the way back from California. Seems there wasn't any such address where this was shipped to.
Surely it had a return address.
Yeah, but the rain kind of washed it off. Until all you can make out now is Riverdale, New York.
What makes you think it belongs here?
Well, I sort of did a little detective work. The initials stamped on the trunk are HLR, and I looked it up in the phone book, and the only person in Riverdale with those initials lives here.
I'm sorry, but you must have the wrong place. Where will you take the trunk now?
Oh, it'll be put with unclaimed luggage. Then in a few months it'll be sold for charges, unopened.
Sold for charges?
Yeah. You'd be surprised what you sometimes find in unclaimed trunks. Sort of like a grab bag game. Well, sorry to trouble.
Wait a minute. What did you say those initials were?
HLR.
HLR? Why, they're my mother-in-law's initials. How stupid of me, of course.
But, well, you just said it wasn't your trunk.
Well, it isn't. It's hers. Her name is Heather L. Roden.
Yeah, that was the only name in the phone book with those initials. That's why I come here.
Well, it was an extremely clever piece of detective work. I suppose there's a collect charge on the trunk?
Yep. Comes to $31.50 with the trucking. Well, I'll just put the trunk inside for you.
Thank you. Well, we'd have hated to lose the trunk. Here's $35. Keep the change.
Oh, say, thanks. Good night.
Good night. So you've come back again, as you said you would. Well, you haven't beaten me yet.
Albert, who was it? Why, the trunk. I thought it was in storage.
Well, it was, dear, but they're closing the storage house. They brought it back.
Oh, I see. Looks rather worn now, doesn't it? Albert, how do we know there isn't a letter or something in the trunk that'll give us a clue to Mother's disappearance?
Now, Louise, you know that's ridiculous. There's nothing in that trunk but clothes.
Oh, you're probably right, Albert, but just the same, I'm going to open it.
But you haven't got the key to it.
No, but I have half a dozen old keys on this ring. Possibly, just possibly, one of them might open the trunk.
Well, here, let me have the keys. I'll see if I can open it for you.
Oh, thank you, dear. Here you are.
Just a waste of time, but it'll make you feel better. This one doesn't work. Nope, nor does this one.
Why, Albert, you're not even really trying. Here, let me...
I tell you, it's no use.
Well, let me try for myself. Oh, no, this key doesn't...
I told you so. Now, why don't you give up?
This one doesn't either.
You're only wasting your time.
No, this one isn't any good. Perhaps this one will do it. Oh, no. None of these keys will open it. But in the morning, I'm going to get a locksmith to open it. I've got to see what's in that trunk. Perhaps it'll lead to our finding Mother.
So she's going to get a locksmith in the morning, is she? Well, you won't be here when he comes. I'll see to that.
You've always wanted to get rid of me, Albert, to keep me away from my only child. But I refuse to give her up. I've come back, Albert, and I'm staying for good.
You're not, do you hear? You're not. You'll never come back after tonight. Never. Pardon me, miss, but you store trunks here, don't you?
Well, yes, sir. This is the largest storage house in New York. Do you wish to store that trunk you just brought in?
Yes, please.
May I have your name?
Williams. John Williams.
And the address?
313 Maple Street.
Mm-hmm. What city, please?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay. Now, the charge for the trunk will be $4 a month. How many months do you want to store it?
How many months? Let me see how much money I have. I've only $8 with me.
Well, that'll pay for 2 months, then. If you want to keep it here longer, you can mail us your check.
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay. Here's your receipt, Mr. Williams.
Thank you. Good night.
And so Albert got rid of the embarrassing trunk at last. So there was only one little hitch. Before he could send any more money, he lost the storage receipt, and he forgot the false name he'd given the storage people. So he couldn't pay for additional storage. But he knew they'd keep it at least a year. He was quite sure that it could never be traced back to him. So after a few months, he stopped worrying.
Good evening, dear. How are you?
I'm all right, Al.
Fine. Say, I bumped into George Horton and his wife on the way home, and they asked us to come to a charity auction that's being held tonight.
That was very nice of them, Albert.
Why don't we go, dear? Do you a lot of good. You haven't been anywhere for 6 months now.
I know, Albert, and I've been unfair to you, haven't I? You haven't seen anyone in 6 months yourself. All right, if you like, I'll go to the charity auction tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, now to my bid for this beautiful antique lamp. Do I have $5? Oh, come, ladies and gentlemen. Look closely at this work of art. Now, do I hear $5?
I bid $5.
Now, there we have a lady with a real sense of beauty. Now, do I hear $6? Good evening, George.
Hello, Albert. I'm glad that Louise and you came. How are you, Louise?
Quite well, thank you. It was nice of you to invite us here, George.
Well, we've missed both of you quite a bit these past months.
Well, I hope we'll be seeing more of it. You know, you've got quite a crowd here tonight.
Yes, we hope to raise a good deal of money. You know that auctioneer is a genius. He can sell the most useless object to make it seem valuable.
Well, we'll have to get in on the bidding.
Hey, wait till you see the next item he puts up for sale. It's something I donated, and it's going to be quite a surprise.
You are always good at that, George.
Come on, let's move a little closer to the auctioneer.
Do I hear 12? Do I hear 12? All right, I've got $11. Well, you're going to let this remarkable lamp go for as little as $11. All right, it's your last chance, ladies and gentlemen. Going at $11 once. Going twice. Sold to the gentleman in the tweed suit. And very fortunate he is.
That lamp couldn't have cost more than $3 when it was new. Oh, now here comes something for sale that I donated.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. The next item for sale is something so good that I'm tempted to enter in the bidding myself. Ladies and gentlemen, my assistant will remove that cover. And there you have the next bargain. A locked trunk. All right, ladies and gentlemen, study it well. Study it well, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a few minutes. Then we'll start the bidding. The trunk. No, it can't be. Yet it's the same size. It's the same color. The initials, that'll prove, but... No, they seem to have been rubbed off.
You've always wanted to get rid of me, Albert, to keep me away from my only child. But I refuse to give her up. I've come back, Albert, and I'm staying for good.
You are back. When I didn't send them any more money, they sold the trunk for charges.
Yes, I've come back, Albert, and I'm staying for good.
All right, here we are. Now, this is no ordinary trunk, ladies and gentlemen. It was donated to this auction by Mr. George Horton, who bought it at a storage house. He never broke the lock to examine the contents, preferring to save that wonderful surprise for the person who purchases this remarkable trunk tonight. All right, who knows what it contains? Perhaps the crown jewels of Russia. Or, better still, 5 quarts of scotch. All right. Now, who'll start the bidding for this mystery trunk?
I'll bid $20.
$20? Why, madam, the trunk alone is worth $40. Who knows what's in it?
I've come back, Albert, and I'm staying for good.
No.
Albert, you look so pale. Is there anything wrong?
Huh? What? Oh, no. Everything's all right. Oh, come, ladies and gentlemen. The contents of this trunk may be priceless. Do I hear a bid of $30?
I'm afraid I'm just as curious as everyone else to know what's in that trunk. I'll bid $30.
We have a bid of $30 for Mr. Horton, the German who donated this mystery trunk. All right, do I hear $40?
Albert, that trunk looks something like Mother's, doesn't it?
So you noticed. Surely I hear $40. Why, any dealer would pay $40 for the trunk alone. That means you'd have the contents for free. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Do I hear $40?
$40.
There's a lady with a shrewd eye for a bargain. All right. Who bids $50? I'll say 50.
But, Albert, we don't need a trunk.
Oh, let him have fun, Louise. After all, it is for charity. Besides, you can never tell what's in the trunk.
I wish I could bid on this myself, ladies and gentlemen. I now have a bid of $50, which I am convinced is only 1/10 the true value of this trunk. All right. Do I hear $60?
$60.
$70. That's more like it. Now, do I hear $80?
$80.
$100. You people are beginning to show a real appreciation for this trunk. Who'll make it 110?
$110.
120. Do I hear 130?
$130.
150.
Oh, fun, Albert, but you're going too high.
Leave me alone.
Albert, what's wrong with you?
The gentleman has bid $150. Do I hear any more? Going once at 150. Going twice at 150. Sold to that gentleman for $150.
I never saw anyone go after anything the way you went after that trunk, Albert. Well, I'm afraid nothing will satisfy the crowd now but for you to open up the trunk and reveal what's in it.
No, I'm sorry, but I don't intend to open until I get home. No.
Come on, Albert. Now don't spoil the fun. It won't hurt to open it.
I told you I wouldn't do it. No, I'm sorry, George, but well, I haven't a key to open it, and there's no sense in breaking the lock after paying $150 for the trunk. Well, maybe I can help you, Mr. Horton. That's some skeleton keys that'll open any lock. Here, I'll show you. We auctioneers always running into locked trunks.
Oh, we'll certainly appreciate it.
Yeah. I think this key will do it. Stop! You have no right to touch my trunk. I paid for it, and I don't want it open. Now get away from it. It's mine.
Albert, what's wrong with you?
Well, all right, certainly. If that's the way you feel about it. Come on, Louise. We're going home.
Albert, you're acting so strangely. Why do you insist on dragging that trunk away now?
Stop talking and come along.
Well, all right, Albert.
Albert, that trunk is pretty heavy. Don't you want me to give you a hand with it?
I can manage it alone, thank you. Open that door for me, Louise.
Albert, don't you think you'd better let George help you get the trunk down those stairs?
No, I'm not going to let anyone touch this trunk.
You've always wanted to get rid of me, Albert, and keep me away from my only child. But I refuse to give her up. I've come back, Albert, and I'm staying for good.
Albert, do be careful on those stairs.
I've come back, Albert, and I'm staying for good.
Be quiet, you old hag. Be quiet. You haven't defeated me yet. I'll get rid of you if it's the last thing I... What happened, Mr. Horton?
He lost his balance on the stairs. The trunk was too heavy for him.
Oh, Albert, speak to me. Albert. George, do something.
I'm sorry, Louise. I'm afraid he's gone. Trunk crushed his skull.
Hey, look, Mr. Horton. The fall broke the trunk open. There was nothing in it but a load of books.
This is the mysterious traveler again. Did you enjoy our trip? Too bad about poor Albert. Then there are always some mother-in-laws you simply can't get away from. They keep coming back like an old refrain. Oh, well, Albert's now a free man. Unless, of course, he's being haunted on the other side. Now, I recall another case in which a young man who woke up to find himself dead decided that... Oh, you have to get off here. I'm sorry. But I'm sure we'll meet again. I take this same train every week at this same time.